Good morning, everyone. It is showtime. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everyone else, please like the video. Click that notification bell. All right, here we go.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-GO-KANE-1. That's 1-888-GO-KANE-1.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. Indeed. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. This year celebrating 45 years on the radio, The Steve Kane Show this year. Is that not amazing? Welcome. We've got a lot to talk about. Again, my name is Brian Craig. Fridays is open phones, by the way, at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Toll-free call, open phones on Friday. And, am I the only one? Maybe I am. I don't know. I don't see if you guys agree with this or not, but am I the only person who feels like Elon Musk had his coming down the elevator or the escalator? See, I blew it. Elon Musk had his coming down the escalator moment this week. It felt, I haven't felt this excited about someone and what they were doing since President Trump came down the escalator. There's no getting around that. And this is Elon Musk's, in my opinion, coming down the escalator moment. And it's not an accident that he is an immigrant to this great country and a naturalized U.S. citizen. Because, Elon Musk, in this hostile takeover of Twitter, he's got all kinds of ways to do it. He's doing it not for money, he's doing it to protect free speech. And of course, it takes someone who was not raised in this country, who comes from another country, who knows what it's like. They don't have freedom of speech in other countries. People think, look at what happened in Canada recently with the trucker convoy. Look at Australia, which has been turned into a penal colony again. And Boris Johnson was a great guy that I admired until after he got COVID. He came out of the hospital a changed man, not the man he used to be. These countries around the world, even English-speaking countries like Canada, do not have free speech like we have in the United States of America. And people in this country, we're so spoiled, especially the millennials and all this, they don't understand that. So I'm not surprised at all that it takes an immigrant from a place that at one time was very oppressive, South Africa. Maybe it still is. I don't know. But they had the apartheid there and everything. To understand the limitations on free speech. And Elon Musk is loved in this country, around the world too. He, like Julian Assange is, like President Trump is. And, the love and support that people have for Elon Musk is like bipartisan support, right? Liberals love him. I'm talking about regular people, not the media, not the blue check mark people that are freaking out about their little blue check marks on the Twitter. I'm talking about regular, run-of-the-mill liberal people out on the street love Elon Musk. Now, they may not love him this week because they're being polluted by the mainstream corporate media, who is in a panic right now. But next to President Trump, I don't know of a person that has the love of the people that's so widespread and diverse as Elon Musk. Not only the richest African American, but the richest man on the planet. Now they're going to try to reject his offer to buy Twitter. He says he's got a plan B. I got some audio. We're going to talk about this as the program goes on. I want to hear your thoughts about this. And Twitter is, regardless of whether or not you use Twitter, deleted your Twitter account after Trump was tossed off, or you've never been on Twitter, regardless of your interaction with Twitter, Twitter affects every aspect of everyone's life. Everything in our society, not just America, but the world, is driven by Twitter. News, politics, entertainment, finances. Twitter is the driving force of everything on the planet. The reason it is the most influential people on the planet are there, driving their message through. And that's why there's such a major meltdown among the elites over Elon Musk not only taking over Twitter, making it a private company, making it a true free speech zone. They're in a meltdown because Twitter is where these people control the world, and they know it. And he's made them an offer that they cannot legitimately refuse. You know, Twitter's not really monetized. There's a little bit of ads there, but not too much. It's not really monetized. It is not worth, it doesn't generate money for the stockholders, shareholders, whatever you want to call them. And he is offering much more money than the stock is worth. And they have a legal, moral obligation to the shareholders of the company to sell it to them. Now, some other company came in yesterday, and now they own 10%, and they own more than him. That's all nonsense. That's not going to fly. You know, not only is he the richest man in the world, he's got a lot of liquid cash. I mean, his money is liquid. It's amazing how much cash Elon Musk has lying around. He's amazing. So he could go with cash and buy it today. That's not an offer that they can turn down legitimately. And they probably will turn it down. And then all hell's going to break loose. And I'm dying to know what his plan B is. Which I'll play the audio. He's vague about his plan B. Well, let me play it now. This is Elon Musk. He was at a TED Talk. Listen to this.
So you don't like to lose. If in this case you are not successful in, the board does not accept your offer, you've said you won't go higher, is there a plan B?
There is.
I think we would like to hear a little bit about plan B.
For another time, I think.
Another time?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we don't know what this plan B is, but believe me, he's scheming. He's scheming. He could do something like the GameStop on the Reddit. Remember what Reddit did to GameStop? Who knows what he's going to do? He may set up something where individuals, and I know a lot of individual people that are not wealthy own Twitter stock. Maybe, well, I don't know what percentage of it is owned by like regular people or not. But he has got a plan. And what Elon Musk is really trying to do is save Western civilization as we know it. And I'll tell you, one of the things he said yesterday, he was talking about making the YouTube algorithm an open source program, which means everybody on the planet that's on the internet would have access to it. So if Twitter made a change, like when they banned Trump, for example, like if it was an open source algorithm when Trump was banned, all of us would be able to go there, look at it, and see how they did it. When they shadow ban people, phrases, companies, individuals, right? If it's open sourced, everyone on the planet would be able to go online, look at the algorithm, if it's open source, and see how they shadow ban. And if he opens it up as public source, we will be able to see, we will be able to see how they've been shadow banning people throughout its existence, Twitter. This is an amazing story beyond the scope that I think most people understand. This is one of the biggest game-changing moments involving the internet since the internet went public. And that's why there's such a meltdown among the media elites on television. CNN, NBC News, all these people. Everything they do is driven by Twitter. So this is really a great time, people. It's a great time, more than you all realize it. I'm excited about it. I know you all are excited about it. And I'd like to ask you all to call in and let me know, your general thoughts about this. But do you believe Elon Musk will pull it off? Will Elon Musk end up owning Twitter when this is over? We're not talking about setting up a new platform. We're talking about owning Twitter and taking it private. Do you believe Elon Musk will be successful in his takeover of Twitter? The powers that be, man, when they banned Trump from Twitter, I told you then, I didn't think it would be this, but I told you then, someone will come out and do something. This will not fly forever. This is a temporary thing, what's going on with Twitter. There's always the biggest fish. It was Walmart, and people thought, who in the hell would ever be able to compete with Walmart? And look what happened. Amazon came along. Look at Blockbuster video stores. Blockbuster Video put out every independent video store out of business. They were huge on every street corner like Walmart. Who would have ever thought that Blockbuster would have competition or would be put out of business by someone else? And then what happened? Netflix came along and boom. Yeah. It's amazing. So there's always a bigger fish. And I knew that some capitalist, I didn't know who, I thought maybe Don Jr. would put together a group of rich people or do something. There have been alternate sources, Truth Social, President Trump's, Frank's speech, Parler, Getter, there's been alternatives. But I knew someone would come along and Twitter and Facebook wouldn't be all that important anymore. And now here we are. I've even heard some of the mainstream media. I was watching some liberal media yesterday, NBC News, MSNBC. I'm going to play some of this later. But it's absolutely amazing. They're panicked. Now they're telling us that, Twitter's not a big deal. There's not that many people on it. Facebook is where it's at. Really? Facebook? I don't think so. Facebook used to be where it's at. It's Twitter. And Elon Musk understands that we are all living in slavery through this control of Twitter, which drives the narrative in everything in our life. Music, movies, TV, politics, clothing, everything is controlled by Twitter. Man, oh man. You know what I'd like to see Elon Musk do? One of the things I'd like to see him do? Do away with the blue check mark. Take everyone's blue check marks away from them, except him as the owner. He's the only one with a blue check mark. I'd like that. All right, listen, tomorrow's the big day. Come meet Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig, at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at the Festival Marketplace from 11 a.m. till noon. That's it, that 1 hour window. This is our first public appearance in over 2 years, really about over 3 years. It's been a long time, excluding our cruises every year. We do have a cruise in January, but you're all invited. But this is our first personal appearance in 3 years or more at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop this Saturday, tomorrow, from 11 a.m. till noon at the Festival Marketplace. And not only is this our first appearance in 3 years or so, we have nothing else planned, and we don't plan on doing anything else in the future, really, for a long time, unless something big comes along. So this is a big opportunity. Now, some of you that are flying in, I've had some people tell me, which airport, Brian? Everybody thinks Miami. If you're flying in from out of town to come to this event tomorrow to meet Steve Kane and myself, fly into either Fort Lauderdale or Palm Beach. Palm Beach is the airport of President Trump, by the way. It's where Air Force One flies in with President Trump. But either Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale. Not Miami. It's a little far. But, yeah, tomorrow you're all invited. Now, of course, the Festival Marketplace is just east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road in Pompano. Inside AJ's is very easy to find. Head back towards the food court. Look west. Remember, Beach is east. Everglades is west. Look west towards the Everglades. You'll see the information booth. And that's where we'll be, and I'll be wearing this MAGA hat I have here. I'll be wearing my favorite MAGA hat. I have lots of MAGA hats, lots of Trump hats, This one, it's getting a little dirty, but this MAGA hat that I'll be wearing tomorrow, I have in my hand now, is the Make America Great Again hat that President Trump himself has seen with his own eyes in person, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times. Whole bunch of times. So that's my favorite one because President Trump's eyes have actually looked upon that one. And we look forward to seeing you there tomorrow, all right? Okay, we'll be right back after this.
Hi, Tom Laporta here from Laporta Contracting, Roofing and Building Restoration. We survived the 2021 hurricane season. Now it's time to get your building envelope ready for the next season. Laporta Contracting installs all types of roofs, from asphalt, clay and concrete, standing metal seam, flat roofs, and slate tile systems. Our building restoration offers complete envelope protection to include siding.
Dan, $10 super chat. Everyone thank Dan for that. Bedpan is beyond confused, shaking imaginary hands, stumbling off stage. Yeah. Elon is making high-stakes strategic moves against the woke liberal big tech monopolies, winning. Absolutely. Please thank Dan for that $10 super chat.
Customer videos at LaportaContracting.com. Our number is 954-604-4602. That number again is 954-604-4602. And thanks for listening to The Steve Kane Show.
Dr. Matez here from the Biostation West Delray. Many of you are familiar with the famous erection injection, an extremely effective treatment for erectile dysfunction made popular right here on the Steve Kane Show. I'm here to tell you that the erection injection is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the extensive array of treatment options now available at the Biostation West Delray. Our custom compounded products yield combinations and dosages that increase the efficacy of Viagra and Cialis greatly. We also offer treatments that can correct the problem at its source, such as PRP and sound wave pulse therapies that restore your natural function. State-of-the-art testing and the most current treatment options all available in one place, the Biostation West Delray. If you want to correct your erectile problems once and for all, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Search for WKN.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Welcome back. Okay, so Elon Musk, they're in a panic. This is Katie Tur, T-U-R, over at NBC News. It's dangerous for Elon Musk to own Twitter. This is dangerous. Listen to this. NBC News. Wait a second, I got it. Here we go. Dramatic build up, and I didn't have the cue. Here we go. This is NBC News' Katie Tur. She's in a panic. It's dangerous. Danger, Will Robertson.
There are real
Wesley, $5 super chat. Thank you. Everyone thank Wesley
for using that platform to lie, and we've seen it. We've seen it happen. I wonder. When talking about this, it's kind of funny. Elon Musk wants to buy it, but there are massive life and globe altering consequences.
Wow, there are multiple life-threatening and life-altering consequences if Elon Musk owns the Twitter. NBC News yesterday, serious discussion.
For just letting people run wild on the thing.
Yes, 100%, but that's...
You just can't run wild. I'm having a hard time speaking today. I'm getting like Biden, like I've had a stroke. You can't let Elon run wild on the Twitter. It's dangerous. People can get hurt. When people run wild on Twitter, to protect free speech, we must limit what people are speaking. Free speech actually is dangerous to free speech. That's what they're saying here, these idiots.
It's kind of funny. Elon Musk wants to buy it, but there are massive life and globe altering consequences for just letting people run wild on the thing.
Yes, 100%, but that's Facebook is really where the real action is.
Oh yeah, Facebook's where the real action is. Yeah, if you're 69 years old, your hair's blue, and you don't know how to use the internet, you still got dial-up or something, you got a flip phone, that's where... Isn't this interesting? When they say Facebook, that's where it's at. And this isn't the only place to say this yesterday. The left, that's their thing. Facebook, that's where it's at. That's almost like they're giving up, like Elon's going to win it.
consequences for just letting people run wild on the thing.
Yes, 100%. But that's Facebook is really where the real action is at. So this is a very small company. It has an outsized influence because
if it's a really small company and Facebook's where it's at, why is there panic? Why are you panicking? If Facebook is where it's at and Twitter is a tiny little company, then let Elon Musk waste his $43 billion on it.
This is a very small company. It has an outsized influence because media people like it, politicians, world leaders, and Elon Musk. And so one of the issues is if he's not going to do this, and by the way, Twitter and some of its biggest investors, like Prince Al-Walid bin Talal.
Okay, now this was devastating to these people yesterday. Okay, so they got Prince, I don't know what his name is, okay? But this Saudi prince, you've seen the picture in the Saudi clothes. That scares the hell out of people, okay? Now all of a sudden, don't you love it here? NBC News and the liberal media are telling us that the Saudi royals are going to save us. Women can't, women can't even drive cars. Saudi Arabia, the princes of Saudi Arabia are going to save American free speech. Aren't these the people that took that journalist / CIA operative Khashoggi, killed him and chopped him up? These are going to be the saviors from Elon Musk? They're really desperate. They're really desperate. They're panicking. We're going to be American freedom will be saved by the princes of Saudi Arabia who chop people up and after they kill them and put them in suitcases.
Elon Musk. And so one of the issues is if he's not going to do this, and by the way, Twitter and some of its biggest investors, like Prince Al-Walid bin Talal.
How the hell does she know that name so well? I can't even say it. I've heard her say it twice. Al-Walid something. She knows that name, bin whatever.
Prince Al-Walid bin Talal are saying no, and they're putting poison pills in. What is he going to do? He's going to have to somehow unload this 10% stake, and that's probably what.
Why? Why does he have to unload it? What the hell is she talking about? Why would he have to unload it?
Unload this 10% stake. And that's probably what he's going to have to do, or raise private financing, which has its own.
Private financing? What is she talking about? Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet, and he's liquid. He's got more cash than exists. If he cashed out of U.S. dollars, U.S. banks wouldn't be able to give him enough cash because it's all digital now. What's she mean he need a group of investors?
And that's probably what he's going to have to do, or raise private financing, which has its own risks and possible rewards, but a lot of risks for him.
Well, I didn't play the soundbite, but he was asked if there's a plan B, and he laughed and said, "There is."
What's going on?
There you go. Yes, there's a plan B. I love it. What an exciting time. At the top of the show, and I think this is true. Elon Musk came down the escalator this week. I think I don't need to. I think we should just establish that. I mean, right? He came down the escalator this week. That's what he did. But don't worry, the princes of Saudi Arabia will save American freedom. Oh my goodness! All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. What an exciting day. 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call. 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Andrea, calling from Indiana.
Andrea in Indiana. What's on your mind?
I'd like to say Elon Musk is the man. He needs to take over Twitter so that my friend and Trump can be back on there. And I hope Louisiana doesn't call in because I'd like that person to shut up.
Well, why? Remember, Elon Musk talked about freedom of speech yesterday. You're talking about Louisiana, who always calls me a racist. Let me play this clip. This is Elon Musk yesterday he's talking about free speech. Listen.
And a good sign as to whether there's free speech is someone you don't like allowed to say something you don't like. And if that is the case, then we have free speech. And it's damn annoying when someone you don't like says something you don't like. That is a sign of a healthy, functioning, free speech situation.
Yeah, so, so when Louisiana calls that you don't like and says things you don't like, them speaking, that's free speech, right? Not having them shut up because you don't like it. So, yeah.
I want her to call in today because I want her to get mad.
I'm not sure Louisiana's a woman or a man. I haven't been able to determine what the gender is of that caller, and I'm not trying to be funny or cute. I just, I don't know if Louisiana's a man or a woman. Do you think Elon Musk is going to pull it off? Is he going to end up owning Twitter?
Yes, I do. And Trump, he's a man.
Oh, yeah. I bet Trump and him have talked about this. I think he's working with Trump. Yeah. All right.
So.
Me too. All right, Indiana. Take care. Indiana on the line. Very excited, up early. See how excited people are? This is amazing. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Mother's Day's coming up. Mother's Day's coming up, and there is no better gift than the gift of the great products at MyPillow.com. And with the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, save up to 66% off. That's right, at MyPillow.com. Mom would love all these gifts. The MyPillow bathrobes. I have one. My wife has one. The MyPillow bathrobes, they have multiple colors and multiple styles. The heavy robe, the light robe. They're just beautiful, and they have many new colors are in stock, including pink. The MyPillow bathrobe's perfect for Mom on her day. 30% off with the promo code KANE. The MyPillow My Slippers. I have these slippers, and man, are they spectacular. They're good for all-day wear. They're made for indoor and outdoor wear. You can wear them to work, the store, the mall, or just around the house, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. The MyPillow My Slippers, 50% off with the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. These are great gifts for Mother's Day. The MyPillow towel set. My wife just ordered more MyPillow towels just this week. Regularly $109.99. But with the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, just $39.99. The MyPillow 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, I have these too. They're 60% off with the promo code KANE at checkout. These are incredible deals. There's many other specials there too that you can take advantage of with the promo code KANE at checkout. In fact, this weekend with the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, there are 24 MyPillow products on sale. The slippers, the blankets, the towels, the loungewear, the mattress topper, 2-inch mattress topper, 50% off. Men's and women's sleepwear, the body pillow, normally $117.97, just $39.99 with the promo code KANE at checkout. 24 items on sale for Mother's Day right now this weekend at MyPillow.com with the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Well, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Everyone, please like the video. Steve Kane Show. Hold on, you'll be next. Hold on. Steve Kane Show, hold on. Steve Kane Show, hold on. Oh, man. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Joe from Texas.
Joe from Texas.
I believe Elon Musk really wants Twitter. He knows the deep state's not going to allow him to sell Twitter, which is going to make the board members do what they can't do and not allow it, which the stockholders are going to go and start suing these board members and kick them off and get them replaced.
So you think Elon Musk is a liar? What are you saying?
I'm thinking he's setting the deep state up.
Why would he not just buy it and take it over? You know, and I'll tell you, there's something to be seen. Okay, Elon Musk was talking about making it open-sourced software, okay, when he owns it, so everyone can see the inner workings. That means if he were to do that, make it open source, people, all of us, anyone, you in Texas, me in Florida, anyone could go online, look at it, and see everyone that they've been shadow banning and all the topics that they've been shadow banning all these years. That's an amazing thing. He's threatening to expose it all, and he's very detailed. So this is, I mean, how does threatening to do it harm the deep state? That's, you know, everybody's always into people trying to harm the deep state. What better way to harm them than to buy out what they use to promote their crap?
Yeah, because the deep state's controlling Twitter right now.
Yeah, but if Elon buys it, he's made them an offer they cannot refuse.
Yeah, they'll be nuts if they do it, because then the stockholders will flip and start.
They have a legal obligation to the stockholders of the company. He's offering them like twice what it's worth.
Yeah. It's risky for them, but...
What's risky? What's the risk? Wait a minute. It's risky for him. What's the risk?
Just the money he's dropping.
The money he's dropping. This is cigar money. He's the richest man in the world, and almost all of he's got in cash. He has more cash than is actually physically available. And banks.
If we pull this Twitter thing off and get this split, we'll take over the presidency.
Okay, I don't know. Are you getting too crazy? You're getting too black helicopter for me. This is what it is. This is what it is, people. Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Are you guys excited? Let me see here. I think I have. Let me look here. Oh yeah, this is Brian Stelter over at CNN. He's in a panic, talking about Elon Musk taking over Twitter.
But the stock was up at $70, even $80 12, 14 months ago. Does that signal to investors there's a lot of unlocked potential in Twitter? And if they just get rid of Elon Musk and get rid of this problem, they can get back to there?
No, I don't agree with that. I mean, what the stock was whenever it was 18 months ago at its all-time high is not relevant anymore. What's relevant is where the stock was before he started buying.
That's right.
He made his offer, as you pointed out. Both are up, 50+%. That's the relevant data point. You can't, water under the bridge is water under the bridge. This is what he's faced with. They're faced with now. Are there any other bids? Clearly from the way the stock is trading, nobody believes there are other bids. I don't believe there's going to be other bids.
Oh.
The guy's the richest guy in the world, Brian. He can easily arrange the financing for this. So it's either this or nothing. And if they say no to this, which they can be, and maybe that's the right answer, stock's going to go back to 35, maybe less. And the board's going to be under a huge amount of pressure at that point.
Now, Brian Stelter, he's looking for some way to save it. The blue checkmark people, do you know, they're in a panic. They're like a bunch of girls running around, little girls. The blue checkmark people feel elite, and they're about to lose their elite status with Elon Musk buying Twitter, and they're in a panic. But we've got to save our blue checkmark. Worry about your waistline, Brian Stelter. That's where the problem is with you, okay? You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Andrea.
Family and everybody in the chat.
Yes, we are live on Good Friday, people. Today.
Well, you're a hard-working guy, right?
That's right.
First of all, the Alphabet Mafia should be all up in us now, right? Because you can't have some Saudi prince come in and save Twitter.
Some guy with Ben in his name, you know, when they're holding on. Well, there's this guy. Some other princes over there, they chop people up, you know, put them in suitcases. He's got a name, you know, Ben in his name. A Saudi prince, that's the savior of American freedom. A Saudi prince, yeah.
They're very against the alphabet mafia over there.
What's the alphabet mafia? You're talking about the LGBT? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, the woman, I don't know who the woman is that was talking on NBC to Katie Tour about it, but she looked like part of the alphabet group, you know? The one of the L letters, you know? And when you have someone who's gay saying, the Saudi royal family will save us, that's pretty bad. That means they're really desperate.
But so I agree with what the guy was saying to Brian Stelter, because that's actually a very correct position. However, this is another option that could happen. If regular, everyday people, right, not the high rollers, if regular, everyday people started selling their Twitter stock right now and short sell it, Elon Musk could next really come in and take over.
Well, when he says he has a plan B, it's going to be something outside the box. I don't know what the legalities of such things are. He might set up something where he might set up some website where you can sell your individual stock to him. So individual people like you or me, I don't own any stocks. I don't own one single stock in any company. No, I don't believe the stock market. I don't believe in the stock market. I don't believe in the stock market. But no, the stock market's a scam. The GameStop exposed that, right? How they manipulate the stocks, right? A couple gamers living with mommy and daddy on Reddit brought down a whole, you know, the whole exposed everything with the GameStop thing. Stock market's but anyway, forgetting about that. He could set up something through Reddit or something where people can sell their individual stocks to him. I don't know. What's going on here is absolutely amazing. He might make out some deal with Robinhood where you can go on Robinhood and sell your stock to him. He's got some kind of thinking going on here.
Well, additionally to that, think about what he just exposed with Biden weaponizing the DOJ, and that what did he weaponize? The FCC, the Trade Commission against Tesla. Think about that.
Well, they're already now. They already are looking into Tesla now. All of a sudden, there's some justice, some financial investigation into Tesla. All of a sudden, not just on a dime.
All of a sudden, but you know.
Yeah.
He's really exposing them for who they are. So that's a gift to the American people right there. But I agree with you. I think he's going to do something very far out of the box because he's already 10 steps ahead of them with how this can be done.
Do you think when this is over, Elon Musk will end up owning Twitter?
Oh my God, I hope so. And I hope...
Well, we all hope so, but do you think he's going to pull it off?
I either think he'll own it or bankrupt it. It might go one of two ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He could yeah, through you mean like through the Robinhood GameStop model or something. Yeah. Yeah.
The fantasy is that he partners with Trump and then they both own it. That's my...
I think they keep trying to trap him into saying something about Trump. And I believe he's working with Trump, maybe indirectly through Don Jr., or maybe he's talking to the president directly. But I think it's smart for them to keep Trump. It's too polarizing, you know. Look at it's better to go the route he's going. I think let President Trump stay on the outside of it.
If you observe him when people interview him, he always takes that really long pause before he speaks because he's not an off the cuff guy. He's very calculating, and you know, you don't get to be. What does he have? 473.
Yeah, and unlike Jeff Bezos, he doesn't have to make his rockets look like a penis. You know, Jeff Bezos. You know, people thought. You think I'm kidding? The Jeff Bezos rocket is a penis, and some people think that the engineers hate Bezos. And they did that to, you know, embarrass him. I think it was Bezos' idea to make it look like a penis. I think it was.
I think it was his staff, and I think, it falls in the same lines of the staffers that keep putting Kamala in those brown suits.
No, the UPS uniform.
Yes, I think there's a level of just sheer unadulterated hate, that they keep making them look bad on purposely.
Yeah.
Pelosi's makeup artist who puts her eyebrows all over the place.
Yeah, I think I think where Nancy Pelosi gets her makeup done is at Spirit Halloween. Those stores that pop up. All right, Andrea, take care. Thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Once. Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, Felix from Palmdale, California.
Felix from Palmdale, California. You're on the air. What's on your mind?
Well, first of all, your show's awesome.
Thank you.
Also, that lady prior to you, I feel sorry for her. It's pretty sad.
Which one?
I would definitely vote Republican, and I wouldn't want to do the B, but no, I'm 100% Republican.
That's awesome.
On that, and all I can really say is the best is yet to come.
I think California is much more Republican than people realize. I think a lot of Republicans in California don't bother to participate or vote because you all think you're outnumbered. I don't think that's the case so much. I mean, I'm not saying that a MAGA Republic... I would like to see President Trump have a California rally. He's never done a California rally, and I'd like to see a California rally, and I think there'd be a mass turnout in California. I really do.
I think it would be too.
There won't be a Prius in the parking lot.
Yeah, but no, I've enjoyed two of his rallies, and it's awesome. I mean, just everybody looks at each other like, "Hey, how you doing?" And it's really neat.
It's a brotherhood. Everyone's family at a Trump rally. When you go to a Trump rally, you got to get there hours before the president, and you're there, surrounded by strangers. And at a Trump rally, a woman who surrounded by strangers can leave her purse on her seat, go to the ladies' room, come back an hour later, and know that everything is still in it and it hasn't been stolen.
Exactly. And I've seen that. I've seen them get up and go and then come back, and nobody touches. Nobody's looking at that.
Yeah, because Trump people are decent people.
I come from a family of 12, and I have probably 8 of them that are the other way. And
what do you mean? They're gay? They're gay?
Well, I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. The other way. I was just making a joke. They're liberals. Wesley, $10 super chat. Thank you.
And I mean, they're strong on that. It's like nothing's happening right now. I said, you can't see nothing? Are you serious? And I send them tons of stuff, and I'm like, open your eyes. I can't believe it. My daughter's 25, and her eyes are wide open.
My daughter is 23 years old. She voted for President Trump and Ron DeSantis. Her first election, her first vote. I was so excited. I didn't even go in with her. She wanted to go on her own. That's awesome. Isn't that something?
Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I got to run for a break. Palmdale, California. Thanks for the call. All right?
Thank you for your show.
Well, thank you. All right, if you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be right back. If you're on hold, stand by.
There's no greater friend to President Trump.
Wesley, $10 super chat. Please thank Wesley. Elon Musk could do a Don raid, where he buys a substantial stake in the Target company as soon as the markets open, causing the Target to lose control before it realizes what's happening. Oh, that'd be amazing. Be amazing.
I had 12 TV stations just the other day now say that I couldn't be in the commercials that can only say My Pillow. I cannot personally be in them. So I want you to think about that, where they're coming to cancel out this country into, they want my voice stopped. That's why everybody's got to speak out. And believe me, they cancel, they will never get to sell my product again. Just like those box stores. When you leave, it's goodbye. Have a nice day. So we're kind of in a unique situation. If you buy all the products, you buy the slippers, buy everything we make, you're not only supporting, getting everything we're doing to save our country,
but you're getting a good product in place. So it's not like a normal donation to help me out. I've never asked for help other than to buy my products, you know.
So do what Mike Lindell says. Go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code KANE and save up to 66%. MyPillow.com, promo code KANE, KANE, or call 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879.
Hi folks, Dr. Matez here, now with the BioStation West Delray. At BioStation West Delray, we continue to offer the highest level of experience and care you can find in the realm of hormone pellet and hormone replacement therapies. But that's just the start. We offer a full array of age management modalities, including state-of-the-art treatments for erectile dysfunction, sexual dysfunction in women, physical and sexual rejuvenation, and quite frankly, any sign or symptom of aging that you may have. And don't forget, we offer the complete array of all cosmetic modalities.
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, guys.
Lasers, etc. Better energy, better sleep, better performance, and looks to die for. If this all sounds good to you, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Brian Craig here. Come meet Steve Kane and me this Saturday from 11 a.m. till noon at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at the Festival Marketplace. This is our first appearance in over 2 years, and all of you are invited. That's 11 a.m. till noon at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop in the Festival Marketplace. The Festival Marketplace is just east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road in Pompano. AJ's is located in front of the information booth next to the food court. Come meet Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig, this Saturday, 11 a.m. till noon at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at the Festival Marketplace. See you there.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just
Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
JJ from Mass.
Hey, JJ in Massachusetts. What's up?
Good morning, Brian. Happy Good Friday, everybody.
Absolutely.
I wanted to talk a little bit about Elon and his possible plan to the Plan B, so to speak. I think what he's probably done. I mean, a lot of people bought the stock after they found out that he came in for I think it's 9.2%.
Mm-hmm.
So I think his plan will be, he's probably got several executing broker dealers that'll sit on the bid, basically buy the stock. Because if it doesn't go through, the people that bought in the short term will sell their stock, and that could lead to more selling. And he'll pick up probably another 9-10%, or maybe more of the stock having these broker dealers sit on the bid and take as the people sell, he'll gather up the stock, and he'll end up with, instead of 9, he'll have 20 or 30%. But his plan, if he's going to do that, he's got to get at least 50% of the company, of the shares, and I don't know what the float is. I haven't looked.
51%?
Yeah, well, not 51%. 50% plus one share.
Oh, my goodness.
50% plus one share, he can control the entire company. So he doesn't have to spend whatever the billion that he put up for it. He doesn't have to spend that. He can spend less than that, but then still get control and put the right people in and allow free speech for everyone, not just Democrats, but conservatives as well.
Well, it'll be huge for Western civilization, which is under the complete control of Twitter. And the thing about him doing this, which it's just absolutely amazing. I think he's going to win it for a number of reasons, but one of them is the reaction from the power brokers of our society. They're in a panic. They're in a state of hysteria. And when you're in anxiety and hysteria, that's like a fear reaction. When you start making major decisions in a state of anxiety, you're going to make the wrong decisions. And everyone's seen Elon Musk at that TED Talk yesterday. He's calm, cool, collected, well thought out and everything, and they're in a panic. So they're going to screw this up.
Yeah. And I don't think he started this without his plan B. I believe he intends to take over the company. And he can, like I said, 50%.
And he doesn't have to do it this week or next week. They act like if it's not done by Monday, it's over. That's not what's going on here.
Long plan. I mean, this guy's planning on going to Mars, and that's 10, 20, whatever, those a year. He's definitely long.
So you think when this is over, he'll control Twitter?
100%. it won't be Monday. If they don't take the offer, they'll be in a lot of trouble to begin with.
Well, this is what I wonder, because they are legally obligated, right? I mean, he's offering a lot more money than the company's worth, really about twice, because they're going by what the price is now. This is like before he was a... Okay, so, but I don't know how much trouble they're really in, because this goes through the Security Exchange Commission and all of this, which are where the power brokers sit. So are they really going to go after the board of Twitter for not selling?
Fiduciary, they have a fiduciary responsibility to the shareholders if they don't do what's best. I mean, there's the board, and then they're all, Elon, even with the 9%, they can, when they have a board, they get the whole company together. He carries a lot of weight because he can get a lot of the shareholders via proxy on his side, and he can get a lot of things done. It could be a very slow process. It might take a few months. It might take a few years. But I think if he's going after it like this, he's going to get it eventually. And there's nothing really. It depends on the. Now, here's the only problem. It depends on the float. What the stock is, I don't know, because BlackRock, Vanguard, they may control enough of the stock that he won't be able to attain, the 50% plus one share. I haven't looked into that. But Edgar is one of the places you can go. Edgar Filings, I'm not sure if anybody's mentioned that. That's the government site. It's Electronic Data Gathering and Retrieval. That's where all the publicly traded companies in the United States of America have to file their 10Qs, their 10Ks. Also, if you buy, like insiders, when they trade stock, they also have to file. So you get a lot from Edgar Filings.
Okay. Can you think, and I'm trying, outside of the movies, in real life, when has there been such a high-profile attempt of a hostile takeover of a very major company like this?
I can't, there's definitely been some hostile takeovers.
The only thing close to this, and it wasn't a takeover, but this was kind of like, I know this will sound like a ridiculous analogy, but I haven't seen a conflict like this since there was the fight between Jay Leno and Letterman for The Tonight Show publicly. I'm trying to think of something equivalent to this hostile takeover attempt. I don't think any of us have ever seen anything like it.
No, not especially the youth. I mean, I used to, back in the, I don't know if it's 30, back in the mid-'80s and early 90s, I managed money a little bit. And, things were a lot different than they are now. I mean, you didn't have, like, the Robin Hoods. You didn't have, it was just a lot more.
Well, it's less controlled now because anybody can buy stock. I mean, so, I'll tell you, though, when you look at what's going on here, he has so much cash on hand. He has so much cash on hand, no one can compete with him. I know they're hoping Bezos or something. I don't think Bezos has enough cash on hand. He's coming in with cash on hand with this offer without blinking. And if they don't take it, that's going to really look bad.
Together and sue. I mean, that's what it comes down to. The valuation of the company is important, and I believe last I heard it was traded at something like 50 times earnings. And the thing is, that company could make it could make a lot of money, except for the fact that they basically only deal with about 20-30% of the population. They only let if you say anything on there that's reasonable, like the election.
Well, the thing about this that I'm curious about, okay, like when Elon takes over, one of the things I'm really, by the way, thanks for the call. One of the things I'm really interested in getting from Elon Musk is he'll have all the computer data, all the emails, everything, right? If he takes it over, I want to know what went down to ban Trump from the Twitter. What process went down that day that led to the ban? How it happened? And everything is done through internal email communications. And when we have access to that, I think that would be amazing to see. There's a lot of other things I want to see too, like what topics, what people, what industries have they been shadow banning all these years? These are the kind of things we're interested in. Now, don't forget, guys, tomorrow's the big day. Come meet Steve Kane and me, Brian Craig, at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at AJ's is at the Festival Marketplace. We're going to be there from 11 a.m. till noon. It's going to be a great time. This is our first personal appearance in over 2 years, really probably 3 or more years. And I don't remember ever really I don't think we've done an appearance on a Saturday in over 10 years. And we're doing this in particular on Saturday to give people who work during the week an opportunity to come and meet us. And we have no future plans for personal appearances. So this is really an opportunity. I don't know if it'll ever come along again. And I mean that. You see how few we do of personal appearances. So tomorrow, Saturday, 11 a.m. till noon, AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at the Festival Marketplace. Be there from 11 to noon. Noon, we're out of there. I'm taking the concealed weapon permit course tomorrow, so I got to be out of there at noon. And I scheduled this long before we set this up, and it's just coincidental, same day. So we're going to be at 11 to noon, and that's it, okay? And it's going to be a great opportunity. You're all invited. Bring your MAGA hats and your Trump shirts. We'll have our own little mini Trump rally at the Festival Marketplace. Now, the Festival Marketplace is in Pompano, just east of the Turnpike, on the south side of Sample Road. So if you take the Turnpike, get off at Sample, go east, and boom, right there, you'll see it on the south side of the road. Inside, head back towards the food court. When you're at the food court, look west at the information booth. AJ's is right in front of the information booth. If you're taking 95, take that to Sample. Whichever way you're going, take it to Sample Road in Pompano. We'll see you there, all right? 1 hour down, 2 to go.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Dr. Matez here from
Wesley, $5 Super Chat. Carl Icahn's raid and selling off the assets of Trans World TWA is another example of a hostile takeover, which occurred in the 80s. Was that as high profile? The last time I remember something being this high profile with a company, it was a little different, was the Eastern Airlines.
Our custom compounded products yield combinations and dosages that increase the efficacy of Viagra and Cialis greatly. We also offer treatments that can correct the problem at its source, such as PRP and sound wave pulse therapies that restore your natural function. State-of-the-art testing and the most current treatment options all available in one place, the Biostation West Delray. If you want to correct your erectile problems once and for all, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can for less than $1 a day with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact
Steve Kane Show.
Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide, 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll-free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE-1. And now, here's Steve Kane.
All right, welcome back. Hour number 2 has begun. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. This year celebrating 45 years on the radio, the Steve Kane Show. Oh, man. Now, Friendly Tire in Margate is open on Saturdays, including tomorrow. I know it's Easter weekend. It's Passover. Friendly Tire open today and tomorrow. And, you know, I've been a customer of Friendly Tire for many years. longer than they have been advertising here on the Steve Kane Show. And they have new and used tires at prices you won't find anywhere else. You know, new tires, out the door and on the road. You hear me say that a lot with Friendly Tire, out the door and on the road. That's because when Friendly Mike, give him a call, when he quotes you a price over the phone, that's the price. He doesn't charge you to balance the tire, mount the tire, or even dispose of the old tire. And so the price he quotes you over the phone is out the door and on the road. He has brand new tires, as low as $70 a tire out the door and on the road. That's brand new. Good used tires start just $30 for most sizes, and he has thousands of used tires in stock. He has all the name brands you love, too. Goodyear, Firestone, all the rest. And just great prices. Open today, Good Friday, and tomorrow, Saturday, before Easter. Give him a call, 954-977-9445. He also does tire repairs, which other places don't do. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Give Friendly Mike a call. He'll give you a quote right over the phone. We've been talking about Elon Musk and this just exciting story. But I do want to, and you're certainly welcome to continue to call in about Elon Musk, and we will revisit that topic as well. It is open phones on Friday, but there are some other things I want to share. I found a clip this morning on Twitter of Dr. Oz talking about Jussie Smollett. This is after the hate hoax, okay? This is after the hate hoax, and Dr. Oz had in studio the actress who played Jussie Smollett's mother in that TV show Empire. And this is, now remember, Jussie Smollett, MAGA people attacked him at 2 a.m. on the south side of Chicago. Can you imagine a guy or two guys walking through the south side of Chicago at 2 in the afternoon with a MAGA hat on like I got right here? They'd be dead. If they walked around with this at 2 a.m., as soon as their foot hit the pavement, they'd be dead. Wearing a MAGA hat on the south side of Chicago is the equivalent of suicide. So, so that story from the beginning, everyone knew was BS. This is MAGA country. Yeah, right. So this is after the hate hoax, and what Dr. Oz is talking about is Jussie Smollett after the hate hoax. So listen to this. It's a clip from his TV show, Dr. Oz, on Jussie Smollett.
But before I get to that, Jussie Smollett, who's been on the show, who we all adore, was recently injured. It's being called a hate crime.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been able to speak to him at all.
I had to check on my baby.
Exactly right. Castmate from Empire, a good friend.
He is resilient, and his mother raised him right. He is just, at his very core, he is love. That's just who he is. And love is always going to win. Hagen tried, the devil tried it, but no, not this time.
But Jussie, if you're watching, this entire audience, all of us are saying we love you very much.
Yes.
Wow, did you hear that? Dr. Oz said, Jussie, if you're watching, we love you very much. We wish you the best. Oh, man. If that's not a campaign ad against Dr. Oz, I don't know what is. I could make a very good television commercial out of that. And some of you may know, I am the creator of the most famous political commercial in history. I only get credit for it when, I give it to myself. But the Swift Boat Veterans ad that brought down John Kerry was my concept and my ad that I put together. And a lot of people like to take credit for that ad, but I created that ad, and John Kerry was winning against George W. Bush before that ad came out. But I could take that, anybody could take that, and make a very, very powerful campaign ad against Dr. Oz with that praise of Jussie Smollett. All right, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Man, I was, I think you're right again. I think that Trump is going to dump this Dr. Oz, because if that's the reason, then this guy is not for us.
That's pretty bad.
Well, but
I got the bot. Don't worry, guys.
33% approval rating for Biden. I don't buy it. I think it's a lot. 100 people, 32 people would say, oh, I think he's doing a good job. I don't buy it. And here's why. I was at a tennis match. And all of a sudden, some guy starts yelling, let's go, Brandon. And the whole place starts yelling, let's go, Brandon. So, a liberal area, and if they're doing it here, they're doing it everywhere.
You know what? Maybe at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at the Festival Marketplace, Steve and I are going to be there tomorrow from 11 to noon, our first personal appearance in about 3 years. You know, maybe we can get our own Let's Go Brandon chant going at the festival.
I'm going to see if I can make it.
You're going to try to make it?
I have to.
You live right down the street.
But I have.
There's no try. You only do or you don't do. Anybody know where that's from? Do you know what that's from? Yoda talking to Luke in The Empire Strikes Back. All right, well, you know, be there or be square. I don't know if I can be there. No, I appreciate it. Thanks for the help with the promo, Doug. Well, I don't know. I'm going to try to be there. Great help with the promo, Doug. Oh, my goodness. We're trying to build excitement about going. And he's like, oh, I don't know. I'm going to try. I live right down the street, but, you know, well, not that big of a deal. What a jerk sometimes, that guy. I tell you. Should I not take Doug's calls? Should I not take Doug's calls anymore? I don't know. Building all this excitement. People are flying in from around the country for this historic event. First personal appearance Steve Kane and I done years. And Doug, who lives down the street, he could walk there. I don't know. I'm going to try, you know. Oh, my goodness. Live radio, people. You never know what's going to happen. Oh, my goodness. By the way, tomorrow on our radio station, all of our radio stations, 11 a.m., Dr. Janae Lemaski and Al Knight, and you can call Dr. Lemaski, get some free therapy on the air from 11 a.m. till noon, and then at noon, Al Knight in a new show that debuted a couple weeks ago, and it's a pretty good show, Al Knight. I've tuned it in. It's kind of like, at the Al Knight radio show is kind of like Seinfeld. Remember how Seinfeld was described? A show about nothing, but it's about everything. You never know what's going to come up on the Al Knight show at noon. So make sure you check out both of those programs, okay? And, you know, you can listen on the iHeartRadio app to Dr. Lemaski while you're at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop between 11 and 12. All right? You don't have to miss the show. I'll pull it up on my iPhone and we'll listen while we're sitting there waiting for Doug to arrive to see if he can make it or not, even though he lives walking distance from the venue. All right, so 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. All right, so yeah, so that's it's over for Dr. Oz with that one. I wanted to play something from a man who should have been court-martialed and imprisoned. And his name's Lieutenant Colonel Vindman. Lieutenant Colonel Vindman was on with Nicole Wallace yesterday, who used to work for John McCain. Nicole Wallace on MSNBC had Vindman on. And Vindman, those of you out there that have been in the service, if you were as fat as Vindman, would you been able to maintain your position in the service? How are you so pudgy? How are you so pudgy? And in the service, I didn't think that was allowed. But anyway, he's out of the service now. This is Colonel Vindman talking to Nicole Wallace about Trump and his position on Russia and Ukraine.
It's shocking that he doesn't have the intellect, the intelligence the self-preservation to criticize somebody that the vast majority of the American public despises.
Oh, yeah, Colonel Vindman, the vast majority of the public despise him. If the vast majority of the public, Vindman, despise him, why he has a rally next weekend President Trump is not having a rally Saturday. Do you know why he's not having a rally Saturday? He didn't want to distract from Steve Kane and I at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at the Festival Marketplace. I'm serious. He's got a rally a week from Saturday. But here's the question, Colonel Vindman. If the majority of the people despise him, why are all of his rallies full? Why is attendance only limited by the fire code of the venue? Vindman, if everyone despises him, you know who they despise? You, Vindman.
Self-preservation to criticize somebody that the vast majority of the American public despises and identifies as a barbarian, as a war criminal.
He's talking about Putin now.
So, I mean, he's always been his own worst enemy, and he continues to do so now. I think he's incapable of leading. He was incapable of leading while he was in government, and I think he's actually devolved. I mean,
this is interesting. Vindman said Trump, was incapable of leading while I was in government. There's two reasons why I'm playing this. This is one of them. He was in the United States Army. The Army is separate from the government. The military is not the government. The military is governed by a civilian government, but the military is not the government, nor is it a part of the government. But Vindman said when he was in the military, when he was in the Army, he was with the government. What is this, a military milgov here? Is this a military-run country? I think that's a very strange descriptor. I've never heard someone in the military at any level, even high-profile people that have been like, generals and joint chiefs. I've never heard I never saw Colin Powell or remember General Shalishkashvili? Remember him? I never heard any of these guys say, when I was with the government. They would say when I was in the service, when I was in the Army, when I was in the Marines, when I was in the Navy. He says the military is the government. Very strange, Vindman.
I think he's incapable of leading. He was incapable of leading while he was in government, and I think he's actually devolved. I mean, I guess my question is, does he have the faculties as bad as he was in the first Trump administration? He seems to have spiraled down. I don't know if that's if age or whatever it is.
You hear that breathing in the background? That's another guest who's annoyed at this windbag. Vindman going on and on.
As he was in the first Trump administration, he seems to have spiraled down. I don't know if that's if age or whatever it is that it's getting to him now. That he's really incapable of piecing together coherent thoughts. And there's something to be said about the lack of courage, the cowardice to call things what it is. He's a coward. He can't simply call Putin out for his violent, vile attacks on Ukraine, on the innocent Ukrainian people. I don't see how he could possibly be a viable contender for 2024. I don't believe he is. He might still be popular in the Republican Party, but when it comes to the general election, he's non-viable, and he's done.
That's Vindman. Okay, so he won't call out Putin. Won't call out Putin. President Trump was on Hannity yesterday.
What's going on in Ukraine? That's genocide.
Okay, that's genocide. He just said, Vindman, and I heard him say it myself a few weeks back when I saw the president in person speaking here in Fort Lauderdale. He said what is happening in Ukraine is genocide. Who's doing this? Putin. So what are you talking about? He's a coward and won't talk about it? He's talking about it and he's saying what you say he should say.
What's going on in Ukraine? That's genocide. What's happening in Ukraine is people have never seen anything like that before.
Let me get to Ukraine in a minute, but let me go back to the campaign. Because
and so I play that for two reasons. One, to show that Vindman's just a liar. Maybe if you listen to the President Trump, you would know he's been saying what you've been wanting him to say about Ukraine. But then Hannity interrupts President Trump and changes the subject into what? The Hannity list. Back to the campaign. Let's go back to the campaign. He's giving you news, Hannity. Stop waiting to talk, Hannity. By the way, like Vindman, like Brian Stelter, Hannity, lose some weight, buddy. Lose some weight. Let's take our break. 18 minutes after the hour, you are listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. That's right, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, The Steve Kane Show. Our number is toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE 1, 888-465-2631.
Attention seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button? You can for less than $1 a day with I Will Advocates. I Will Advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now online at iwilladvocates.com or call them directly, 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide, 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214. Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Steve Kane's wife Lori did, and she went to any lab test now of Coral Springs to find out if she has coronavirus.
So I came into contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID, and I was scared, and I needed results right away, so I went to any lab test now in Coral Springs. It was great. I didn't want to have to stand in line for 2 hours and have a swab stuck down my nose into my brain. It was very pleasant. I made an appointment. They got me in within the
Steve
hour.
Kane Show.
I was out of there within 20 minutes. It was negative, and I can go back to work tomorrow. They also tested me for the antibodies, and I haven't been exposed. So do what I did. Go over to any lab test now at Coral Springs. They give great rates for Steve Kane listeners, and tell them we sent you.
It's worth 15 minutes of your time to have peace of mind and know that you and your family are safe. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. You can call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for help.
All right, we're back 21 minutes after the hour. You know, I saw the subway shooter talking about whites and Jews yesterday. Have you seen the video? Yeah, I know. He talks like some of our callers, right? Wheezy, Louisiana. Yeah, does it? You know, the comments that the subway shooter was making about blacks and Jews, are those unusual comments among African Americans, or is that mainstream African American thought? What did I'm serious, what did the subway shooter say in these rants that you don't hear Tiffany Cross on the weekends on MSNBC say about blacks and Jews? I'm asking. He seems like an MSNBC anchor to me, or pundit, the way he was talking. Richie the bus driver. Hey, Richie.
Yeah, good morning. You asked that question about this shooter. Just watch Joy Reid on MSNBC and hear that on a regular.
That's what I just said, Richie, before I put you on. But you probably didn't hear it because you're on delay there. Yeah, that's what I just said.
And I want to speak to Vindman. If he's listening to this show that President Trump has done, okay? I went, and I'm not going to name the dealer. I'm going to stay away from names. I went to Nissan for an oil change yesterday. I paid in 2000. This is interesting for everybody. I paid the car listed at the time. I have a pathway. The car listed in 2017 for $47,000. Okay, that was the list price on the sticker. I went there and I was shocked to get the oil change because there's hardly any new cars around. They're all car lot looked empty. The dealer, one of the guys selling cars, he said he came from Honda because Honda had no cars at all. So he left Honda and he went to Nissan to try to sell some cars. They are adding on a Nissan Frontier $15,000 on top of this.
Oh yeah, they've got this thing. Okay, I was at my wife has a Mini Cooper, you know, and luckily we bought it before all this stuff happened, you know. But I was at a dealer not that long ago, and they have two stickers now. They have the window sticker you're all familiar with, and then in the windshield they have something called the market adjusted price, and it's how much above the sticker price they are charging. And the least I saw was $3,000, but I saw some that were over $30,000 on top of the sticker. You know, I was talking to Friendly Mike at Friendly Tires, looking to buy a new car. He's having incredible difficulty. They don't negotiate anymore on prices. It's the price they tell you, or get the freak out of here. You know.
The sales guy says, "Listen, the people are getting ticked off when you tell them they got to pay $15,000 more." And mind you, if you get into an accident with that vehicle, God forbid, and the car is totaled, you think the insurance company's going to give you the price?
Well, that's why you buy the Gap. You always got to get the Gap insurance when you buy a car. When you buy a new car, buy the Gap. I have the Gap on every car I've ever owned.
The list of the car.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't for the market adjusted price. It doesn't cover that. Oh my goodness.
$15,000 plus and you got Gap insurance. So
yeah, I mean, I could not afford to buy a new car. You know, my car that now luckily we have Champaign Automotive Repair, who are miracle workers, but my wife has a new car, you know, but I drive a year old. I drive a 13-year-old car. That's almost been to the moon, okay, mileage wise. I'm serious, you know.
And you drove it there. That was years ago.
Yeah, that was when it was new. That's when it was new, and now it's 13 years old and got like 200,000 miles on it. In these prices on cars, and I'm wondering. A Kia Sorento. Yeah, it's a nice car. I've taken good care of it, and Champagne does good work and everything else. But I couldn't afford to buy a car today, and the used cars are just as bad. And I'm wondering how much of this is real. I know it was real, you know, during the pandemic, and I think the automakers and the auto dealers are running a racket here, that they're keeping cars in short supply on purpose, so they not only have done away. So not only have they done away with negotiations, they got this thing, and you know, buying a car, you might as well just walk up at a cash register and check out over the scanner these days. You know, there's no going back and forth on prices anymore. I think they're running a racket to jack up. Oh, please.
They're not. There's a Dodge dealer across the street from me. The guy is general manager for Dodge, and he says to me they can't get cars.
Well, I know they're telling you that. But I don't know how true that is anymore.
He's my friend, but regardless, when you go into a supermarket, you don't see food in there like you used to. When you go into a new car dealership, you don't see new cars, and what they got there was $15,000 over the sticker price. Go tell me that President Trump is done, you idiot.
Yeah, and yesterday Biden on the stage alone finishes speaking and goes to shake hands when there's nobody else on stage. Oh my goodness.
They also know they put arrows giving him the directions on which way to go when you get off the stage.
Wow. I didn't see the arrows, no.
This has gotten to the point where we got to...
In fact, and the thing with the shaking hands with nobody, he did it more than once. He went to his right to do it, he went behind him to do it, and he's trying to shake... Mm-hmm.
And they making fun of him on Saudi television.
Oh, that was great. They did a great bit on Saudi TV. They had like a Saturday Night Live skit on Kamala and Joe, and they got a man playing Kamala.
Never do that. It's just out of control, people. What are we going to do? We got a year.
Well, it's Good Friday. What you can do is pray. Hey, Richie, thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Joe from Fort Worth, Texas.
All right, Fort Worth, Texas on the line. What's on your mind?
I was wondering, do you respect Howard Stern's opinion?
You're trying to be funny. I don't really think about men's penises. Maybe that's a thing with you, but no, I really don't think I don't really think about people's penises. Yeah, well, there you go. Boom. All right, listen. Mother's Day is right around the corner. Right around the corner, Mother's Day, and there is no greater gift for your mom than the great products at MyPillow.com. With the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, save up to 66% off MyPillow products. You heard me right. Save up to 66% off. Right now, at MyPillow.com, there are 24 items on sale this weekend for Mother's Day. The bathrobes, 30% off. 60% off the MyPillow sheets. The 2-inch MyPillow mattress topper, 50% off. The 3-inch mattress topper, 30% off, and you get 2 free MyPillows. The MyPillow towels, normally $119 a set, right now just $39.99 with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. The MyPillow My Slippers, 50% off with the promo code KANE at checkout, KANE. There's many other specials, 24 items on sale this weekend at MyPillow.com with the promo code KANE, KANE at checkout. Save up to 66%. Get mom a gift that she'll cherish for years to come, and at the same time, stand and support the great Mike Lindell.
There's no greater friend to President Trump and the MAGA movement than the inventor of the MyPillow, Mike Lindell. He's been canceled by everyone. Banks, Home Shopping Network, QVC, Kohl's, Bed Bath & Beyond, the list goes on. Canceled by everyone but us. Here's Mike Lindell with a message for MAGA.
I had 12 TV stations just the other day now say that I couldn't be in the commercials that can only say My Pillow. I cannot personally be in them. So I want you to think about that, where they're coming to cancel out this country and to, they want my voice stopped. That's why everybody's got to speak up. And believe me, they cancel, they will never get to sell my product again. Just like those box stores. When you leave, it's goodbye. Have a nice day. So we're kind of in a unique situation. If you buy all the products, you buy the slippers, buy everything we make, you're not only supporting, getting everything we're doing to save our country, but you're getting a good product in place. So it's not like a normal donation to help me out. I've never asked for help other than to buy my products,
So do what Mike Lindell says. Go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code KANE and save up to 66%. MyPillow.com, promo code KANE, KANE. Or call 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Steve Kane radio listeners love Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca.
I went over to a Champagne Automotive, and I gotta say that this man is the most fair mechanic I have dealt with in my entire life. We took a car over there that was not being used yet. It belonged to my 90-year-old dad. Everybody I had taken it to before was charging an astronomical amount of money. But when we took it over there, Eddie took a look at it, and I gotta say that this man fixed the car, running like a charm. Anybody that needs a mechanic, I strongly recommend Eddie, and he is just the best thing that's happened to this family as far as car maintenance goes. It's fixed. Bottom line, it's fixed, and the price was right.
Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your car that your car doesn't need. And their prices are low. Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. Give them a call. 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, now, you may not have seen this, and you probably didn't see this in your mainstream corporate media. They don't want you to know about this. But did you know And this is actually a very amazing thing happened. Did you know that there was a massive protest at Disneyland in California yesterday? Hundreds, maybe even thousands actually, showed up outraged at what Disney is doing with their transgender agenda. And there was a mass protest at the gates of Disneyland. And this is an interesting thing here because, you know, Disney World here in Florida, you can't protest anywhere near the place. They own a piece of land here in Florida the size of Manhattan. And so Disney property, you can't even stand really outside of Disney property for the most part because they own so much. This protest at Disneyland in California was right at the front gate of Disneyland because it's out in the main city of Anaheim, California. And it was a massive protest. I've not seen anything like this. And in the video, you can see the Disneyland gate and even the Disneyland monorail coming by. I want to play you some audio from it. This was fantastic. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Listen to this. They're chanting, "The mouse is a rat."
The mouse is a rat. 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 The mouse is a rat.
Okay, now, yeah, and then they changed. They had another tune. Listen. Yeah, boycott Disney. I don't want people to think they're saying something else. Now, now that's amazing. And, you know, and I've got more, but this is what's... I want you to think about this now. What is so amazing about this? Number one, this is a hardcore conservative protest in liberal California, in front of Disneyland, deep inside liberal California. It's absolutely amazing. And who's the leader here? There's no Pat Robertson. There's no Christian coalition here. These are just pissed off people and parents and lovers of Disney, you know, and they're out there. Some of them are cast members. Listen to this. This woman here, they gave her a bullhorn. Let me pull this up. She's a cast member from Disney who's disgusted, and this is all at the gate of Disneyland in California. When have you seen a protest like this in California?
And I stand as a cast member at the Disneyland Resort, and I've been working here for a very long time, but I stand here because I cannot stand for what they're doing and what they're pushing. And to all of my friends who are still there on the other side, and to all the ones that have been messaging me privately, stand up. Now is the time.
Okay, now, I mean, this is, yeah, horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. That's amazing. For this to happen organically, spontaneously, you know, back in the days of Ralph Reed, Pat Robertson, the Christian Coalition's influence and all of that, this wouldn't be that unusual and you wouldn't pay a lot of attention to it. But this is an organic thing that just regular grassroots people just showed up and did in a very liberal place. And I'll tell you this, you don't hear, these are people that are parents, Disney lovers, and that are just fed up, okay? And this is the real deal, cast members and everything else. So there was a counter-protest. There were 3 people. I'm not kidding. There were 3 people. And one of the protesters went up with their cell phone and started to interview one of the 3 liberal counter-protesters, very upset about the Don't Say Gay bill. And she claims to be a suicide prevention hotline person. And at the end of this exchange, she may be calling herself for help. Listen to that. Let me pull this up here. I know I have it. Let's see here. I got all this stuff. Did I? Yeah, here it is. This is at the gate of Disneyland in Anaheim, California.
Do you support child grooming?
Really? I'm a suicide prevention trainer, so
You know, when someone says to you, "Do you support child grooming?" the answer is no. You know, like that guy called in and tried to do a Baba Booey. He says, "Do you admire Howard Stern's penis, he said to me. What was my answer? No, I don't admire or think about men's penises. Because that's not my thing. This guy here, he asked this counter-protester if they oppose child grooming. She didn't say no. Wow.
Do you support child grooming?
Really? I'm a suicide prevention trainer, so exactly what those people out there are doing are actually hurting children.
So Disney opposing a bill in Florida that's meant to protect children from being sexually groomed?
No.
Do you support that?
Children. The bill in Florida actually hurts LGBTQ people.
No, it actually protects them.
No, actually it doesn't.
Yes,
so
the bill is an
very
anti-child grooming law.
No, it's not.
It's meant to give the rights to the parents so that a
not.
teacher can't have some kind of private sexualized conversation.
No, you're
Have you read the bill now?
Yes, actually I have.
Okay, so is it a don't say gay bill?
Yeah, actually.
Is the word gay in it?
It's actually ridiculous.
Is the word gay in it?
It's ridiculous.
Is the word gay in the bill?
It's ridiculous.
Is the word gay in the bill?
It's ridiculous.
You can't answer the question.
No, actually I can't.
So you've read the bill, but you can't tell me if the word gay is in it. Is the word gay in the bill?
No, it's not. So, but it is actually no. It's
so it's
not
not.
the bill.
So it's not a don't say gay bill. You're not making any sense, man.
No, actually, you're.
So you said it's a don't say gay bill, but now you're saying the word gay is not in the bill.
Anti-LGBTQ when people are.
No, I'm anti-child.
Wait, you're anti-LGBTQ? Well, what about the plus? She left out the plus. Is she anti-plus?
Child grooming. That's what I am. Because that bill is an anti-child grooming.
It's actually not.
You haven't even read it.
Yes, I have, and I told you before that I have.
You literally just said it's a don't say gay bill, and now you're saying the word gay is not in the bill.
It's anti-inclusivity.
Is the word gay or homosexual in the bill?
Anti-inclusivity.
Is the word gay or homosexual in the bill?
It doesn't have anything to do with grooming
Yes,
children.
it does.
No, it doesn't.
It absolutely does.
Oh my goodness! She started sound like oh, she was like a hawk or something there at the end. She says that she works at a suicide prevention hotline. I wish he would have asked her to give out the information so people know to call someone else to prevent their suicide. Because do you really think that's someone that's going to walk you off the edge? I don't think so. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, for something like that to happen in the land of fruits and nuts, that's California, that's unheard of. Without having like an organization where they bust people in from the Family Rights Council or some of these groups. These were just people. No organization whatsoever. And Andrew Breitbart said everyone with a cell phone is a citizen journalist. And when Breitbart was doing that, I think Breitbart, did he die before we had iPhones? I don't know. He was talking about that during the era of the flip phone. That is an absolutely amazing exchange. It was an amazing protest. And Disney is going to lose this. Disney will eventually walk this back between what's going on out there and what Ron DeSantis and the Republicans are doing here in Florida. And there's been a big move in Washington now. Republicans in Washington are doing something. We were talking about Republicans in Florida are telling Disney they're going to take away their city status, which is devastating, right? Their whole business plan is based on that fake thing they got going on. The Republicans in Congress, listen to this. Disney's copyrights and trademarks are going to be expiring this year and next year. In particular, Mickey Mouse. Walt Disney started his company. Was it 1920 or 22? And a lot of these characters that he created were trademarked and copyrighted in 1922 and 1923, including Mickey Mouse. And Disney has had a deal with Congress to keep trademarks and copyrights in place beyond what normal time frames are so they can control their intellectual property. Republicans in Washington are now talking about not extending their trademarks and copyrights and letting them expire, and it will start one by one. And with the Republicans expected to take over both houses of Congress in the midterms, this would be devastating. Could you imagine if they lost control of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it could happen. The cartoon images. They have been very strict going after people who violate their trademarks. And they're going to start to lose them because of this. So are they going to lose their city status, lose their trademark, have this going on at the gates of Disneyland in California every week to prove a point to a couple of lunatics that work at the company? I don't think so. This one, they're going to lose. It'll be a slow walk back. They're not going to come out right away and say, oh, we blew it, you know. They'll have to save face somehow, but no, we're going to win this one. All right, listen, we're going to take our last break of the second hour. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show, and I got to tell you, if you want to look and feel like you did when you were young, call Dr. Mitch Matez at the Bio Station. You know, yesterday, Joe Biden, I was talking about this earlier with Richie, the bus driver. Joe Biden gave a speech. If you see the video of him with the George C. Scott Patton flag behind him, it's that one. He gives a speech. Biden is on stage alone. He's on stage all by himself. He looks over to his right to shake hands with the air, like he thinks someone's there. And there's no one there. Then he turns around behind him and tries to... He's suffering from severe cognitive decline. And a lot of people are, okay, here in Florida. You know, in Florida, we have the oldest population in the country. We got a lot of people walking around like Joe Biden. Now, of course, they don't have the nuclear football and all that business. But you know what? You don't have to be that way. Grandpa, your husband, your wife, your Aunt Millie, none of them have to be that way. Hormone replacement pellet therapy will turn their life around. It will restore your cognitive abilities. Hormone replacement pellet therapy is 100% all natural. All it does is replace the hormones that your body is no longer producing because you've gotten older. I've been a patient of Dr. Matez. It'll be 6 years this year, and I know a lot of you are too. It'll restore your sex drive. In women, the signs and symptoms of menopause not only are completely stopped, but reversed. Night sweats gone, mood swings gone. You'll have your sex drive back as well. And it's a completely free consultation with Dr. Mitch Matez, but you've got to let him know that you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show. Everybody else has to pay for that consultation. Here's the number, and if you missed the number, go to stevekaneshow.com, click on the sponsor page, it's right there. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893. That's Dr. Mitch Matez at the Bio Station. We'll be back after this.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, hold on, I got this camera on, I can't talk.
Instant access to a Medicare advocate at the touch of a button. You can for less than $1 a day with Advocates. Our advocates will assist you with doctor appointment scheduling, pharmacy issues, billing problems, plan benefits, Medicare applications. They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I will advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family.
All bets are off. It's going to be basically, it's going to be like going to the out to the restaurant when you see it says market price.
Online.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be. Right now, it's still pretty reasonable.
954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide. 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214.
The other thing is, it's hard to get duck material. So waiting until like everything.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell.
And the hotter it gets, the harder it's going to be.
Okay, I need to get 15 solid minutes.
Because I didn't want just an ordinary slipper. My slippers are
So,
meant to be worn all day long, no matter what you're doing, whether
if
you're
we do
inside or outside.
if we do the first segment of the next hour on it, that'll be
three-tier cushioning system that
and
you
then I'll have
won't
your
find in
commercial
any other
at the
slipper.
end
It
for
combines
the
2 layers of foam, including my
So we're like
proprietary
8 to
My Pillow foam
8:15?
and a patented impact gel.
I'm ready whenever.
Okay, I will do. Steve chimes. He's got his studio at home, so I just pull him up on the board. So, but it'll probably just. It doesn't have to drive, you know.
No, he shouldn't wipe my bother. I wouldn't either.
Yeah. So in 10 minutes we'll break, then we'll come back, and then.
And right now, save 40% off with MyPillow My Slippers when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com or call 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All righty, we're back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Barry.
Oh, hey, caught me off guard. Attorney Barry Siegel. I should have answered the phone during the break, but I didn't. Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Hey, Barry, what do you have for us today?
People now are able to check off on their to-do list that they turned in their taxes, or at least had their accountant file the extension. So it's really just one of those things to check off your financial, excuse me, to check off your financial checklist. But there's other things that we should all be checking off our financial checklist too, including, of course, estate planning, and making sure that it's up to date, reviewing it, and of course other things as well, such as making sure that your insurances are up to date, that your beneficiaries are up to date, that you look at those, that you look at the beneficiaries on your retirement accounts and all your other assets, that you just do a total checkup of all your finances, and it's a good time after completing all of your taxes. When it comes to estate planning, most people don't know what they have. That's why it's very important to have it reviewed. We like to have our clients review their estate plans every 3 years, and if you don't have an estate plan, it's a good idea to make sure that you do, because even if you think you don't have one, you have the state of Florida estate plan that you may not be happy with. So it's always a good idea to dust off that old estate plan, and we offer a free review of your current estate plan.
Yeah, and you know that free review of the estate plan, Attorney Barry Siegel does that. It's free, as we say. That's why it's called a free review of your estate plan. Barry recommends you do that every 3 years. And when we first met Barry, Steve had a revocable living trust. Barry reviewed it. There were all kinds of things that needed to be updated, including his trustee had died. So there was no trustee. It was Rick Siderman. You guys remember Rick Siderman, the talk show host? He died. Now I'm the trustee of Steve's and many other trusts, by the way. I'm the trustee on about 5 or 6 different trusts. I'm a very trustworthy guy, I guess, Barry. But you want to review these documents because children are born, grandparents are born, divorces happen, and it just may not be up to date and reflect your wishes after you're gone. Give Attorney Barry Siegel a call, toll free 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782 and online, SiegelLawGroup.com. All right, Barry, have a great weekend. We will talk next week. All right, take care. All right, well, let's get back to it. 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is our number. And I forgot, I forgot where I wanted to get into, but I figured it out now. This was absolutely an amazing thing. Judge Napolitano, who was run off of Fox News, there was a sex scandal, a gay sex allegation against Judge Napolitano. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if he's straight. I have heard him. I don't think Judge Napolitano is gay. A male made a comment that he came onto him in an elevator at Fox News. I don't necessarily believe that because I've seen Dr. Napolitano or Judge Napolitano come on to women live on the air on Fox News. There was one woman in particular he was co-hosting a show with that's no longer there. It was on the weekends, and they were doing the Fox and Friends week. Juliette Huddy, remember Juliette Huddy? On Fox News, she was there many, many years ago. She was a relative of Roger Ailes, actually, and she was doing the Fox and Friends weekend with Judge Napolitano, and they came back from a break, and she says, well, I'm waking up this morning with Judge Napolitano, and he started laughing and said, if I were waking up in the morning next to you, I would be in all my glory. So that sounds pretty straight to me. So, from Judge Napolitano. So I don't know, maybe he's I don't know. But anyway, Judge Napolitano gave an interview yesterday, and he was talking about the January 6th prisoners from the Capitol breach, who are, without question, political prisoners, okay? Political prisoners. These are, these are people, some of them are being held basically on like things that people do in high school, vandalism charges and things like this. And it's outrageous. And they are political prisoners without a doubt. So Judge Napolitano was talking about the January 6 prisoners that are being held in the D.C. Gitmo. And he brought up some things I think are interesting. So this is Judge Napolitano yesterday.
It's horrible. None of them should be in jail. They should all be out on bail. Most jails are garbage, particularly inner city jails. There's no political support for spending a nickel in there, and the politicians don't care because the public doesn't care. So it shouldn't be a surprise. But what is surprising is that they've been attacked violently, that they've been subjected to disgusting environment for more than a few hours, and that they're in jail to begin with. I mean, none of these people is a threat to society, and all of them would gladly come back at the time of trial, and most of them shouldn't be charged anyway, because most of them are just there to engage in First Amendment protected behavior. I read a piece, I think, this morning by our mutual friend Roger Stone, which is just heartbreaking to the things that are going on in the D.C. jail and in the Virginia state jail, which is basically controlled by the feds. The feds are trying to wear these people down. They're way overcharging them so that they can get guilty pleas, and they're making their lives miserable so that the defendants will say to their lawyers, you know, get me out of here, I'll agree to testify to anything just so I can have a decent night's sleep and a decent shower and a decent meal. Shouldn't be that way. It is an American gulag, and it's political. You know, it's a Democratic DOJ torturing conservative Republicans.
Okay, yeah. And, you know, last week, there were 5 court cases which really clear that one January 6th defendant was found not guilty of all charges. He was the first January 6th person to be found not guilty on all charges, because a lot of them, like Judge Napolitano say, they get worn down, they're losing their houses and their jobs and their businesses, so they're pleading to whatever lesser crime they can so they can go back home. But he didn't do that, and not only was he acquitted, found not guilty on all charges, his defense, which the court believed, he said the Capitol Police let me in. And the court believed him, and he was acquitted. Then we had the 4 guys on trial in the Governor Whitmer kidnapping, 2 acquitted, 2 hung jury. They couldn't reach a verdict. And what the jury found was the defense of those 2 guys in the Whitmer kidnapping believable. They said they were entrapped by the FBI. There was an FBI plot, and they were entrapped into it, and they were found not guilty and are free today. The other 2. The jury couldn't reach a verdict on 2 of them. But those are amazing. So Judge Napolitano is spot on, right on the money, that these are political prisoners. And one of the reasons they're still being held is because they don't want more of them to be acquitted. If they could convict them, they would try them all. And they're keeping them in there, trying to get them to cop a plea. Now, tomorrow's an exciting day. Steve Kane and I making our first personal appearance since before the COVID at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop in the Festival Marketplace in Pompano. And on the line, good morning. Good. Janet Cimarelli. I just wanted to make sure before I did the introduction. Janet Cimarelli, who we're going to see tomorrow at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop from 11 a.m. till noon.
And not a minute after.
No. No. I'm leaving at noon.
B Square. Okay. That's Festival Marketplace. It's natural wellness. And when people get there to see you and Steve, they can find out about Janet's Best Supercell. Okay, Supercell. What's it do? It nourishes your cells so you can reduce stress and anxiety. You can reduce cortisol. Your blood sugar will balance when you reduce the cortisol. You're going to support your immune system. And best of all, support brain energy. And how does it do all of that? It has ashwagandha. It has astragalus, holy basil, rhodiola, schizandra. So you're going to learn so much about all those different herbs while feeling the difference. Stamina, reduce so many fabulous.
And remember tomorrow at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop, while we're there from 11 a.m. till noon. And the reason I'm leaving at noon is I'm taking the Concealed Weapons Permit course tomorrow, and I set this up before we set this up, and it's already paid for, okay? But everything at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop, 50% off. 50% off everything in the store while we're there tomorrow. And the festival, of course, is in Pompano, just east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road. When you go inside, head back towards the food court. Right before the food court, look west. Remember, beach is east, Everglades is west. Look west towards the Everglades, even though we're inside. And that's how I always find my way around Florida, is if you know where the beach is, you know. You don't need a compass. AJ's is right in front of the information booth. We'll see you there. 50% off from 11 a.m. till noon. Tomorrow, Saturday, AJ's Natural Wellness Shop. All right, Janet, I'll see you there. Oh, all right. We'll take one call, then we'll break. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. It's Mike in Fort Lauderdale. How you doing?
All right.
Hey, no more of a fan of President Biden than you. We all know he's fake.
But
Would you put Steve in the same category?
yeah. And yeah. I'll tell you what. The answer to that is no. And the second part of it is this, Mike. You're in Fort Lauderdale? Excuse me. Are you in Fort? You said you're in Fort. Oh, you don't like questions, do you, Mike? Mike doesn't like questions. Mike doesn't like questions. Mike. Absolutely. Mike, you're in Fort Lauderdale. I'll tell you what. I'm going to put you on hold just because you won't stop talking. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold because you won't stop talking. Well, let's see you do this. I am not agitated. I'm aggravated at you because you won't stop talking. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold because you won't stop talking. I'm going to tell you this. You're in Fort Lauderdale. Here's my challenge to you, tough guy. You've got a challenge for Steve. You got a challenge for me. Get in your car and come to AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at the Festival Marketplace tomorrow from 11 till 12, and you can talk to Steve and me in person. Oh, so that's a no, you're not going to come. I didn't think so. There you go. Coward of the County of Broward. All right, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to take our break for the top of the hour. When we get back, in the next segment, we're going to talk to Scott Messamore from Cut My Kilowatts. And this next segment is a public service, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to tell you why it's a public service after the break. It's 8 a.m. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We'll be right back after this.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Dr. Gupta
right there.
Dental is the official dentist of the
Steve Kane Show.
Great work at affordable prices.
Yeah?
Listen to a Steve Kane listener share their experience with Dr. Gupta.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Of the Steve Kane Show. Make Dr. Gupta the official dentist of your family. Call 954-922-4633.
Huh? You got to be closer to the mic, though.
They'll be calling, once we start talking.
Brian will let you talk if you knew what you're talking. No, he would not stop. I'm talking to them on the video. He would not stop talking. He just kept asking the same question over and over, and that's why that ended.
Springs is located at 955 North University Drive.
The Coward of Broward County. That is correct, Mike.
By the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call. 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009.
I looked at your sign for a second. I'm like, does it say 188 go
Cocaine? Yeah.
No, I wonder who's up in the morning this early.
Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA.
Yeah, I thought we were going to go on the show starting today. And
I am. I've already played your spot.
I started getting calls because you were already playing my
I played it earlier this week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just shocked because people start calling.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell her. Yeah, tell her. All right. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 45 years on the radio this year, the Steve Kane Show. And this next segment, this is a public service, okay? It truly is. In studio, we have Scott from Cut My Kilowatts, who is with us every summer. Scott joins us, and he's going to tell you how he can save you big money on your electric bill. But this year, it's even a bigger deal than ever before because prices are through the roof. And, you know, those gas prices, energy prices, people are looking to cut back. Everything's going up, including the electric bill. Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Well, haven't seen you since last year. How you been?
I've been good, Steve. Brian. Been working a lot, saving people a lot of money on their energy bill. But right now, the cost of everything is going up, including our materials. Duct material is very hard to find. So if you have issues at your home and you've been putting them off, don't wait till this summer because it's just going to get more expensive. It's going to be like going to the restaurant and you see a steak and it says market price, or you see the fish and it's market price, because everything is fluctuating. I mean, we go 1 week and it's $10 for a duck, and we go the next week and it's $25.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's no foraged ducks to be found anywhere. So if you have issues in your home, and the way you would know you have issues is if your air conditioner runs a lot during the day and doesn't turn off and cycle, it doesn't hold temperature, or it can't even hold the temperature like later in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That means you definitely have insulation issues. But even if you have good insulation really only saves you about 10 or 15%, the standard blown or bad insulation, off your electric bill. If you combine insulation and radiant barrier, you can save up to 30 to 40%. And if you're talking $400 or $500 bill, you're easily talking $100 to $200 a month.
You know, and here in South Florida, air conditioning is life. My air conditioning is on 365 days a year. There is not even the coldest day of the year, it's on in the middle of the day. And what happens in your home is your attic is hot. In fact, I do some storage in my attic, not as much as I used to. But last summer, I went up into my attic to get some boxes down. I was in the attic for less than a minute. I came down, it looked like I had taken a shower fully clothed. And what happens, and Scott will tell you how he can help you with this, your air conditioning ducts are in your attic. And your attic, how hot does the attic get?
The attic around here can get anywhere, depending on the roofing material. If you have shingles, it's the hottest. It might be as hot as 140,
wow,
even 150 degrees. If you have tile shingles, it may be 120 degrees. The darker the roof, the hotter the attic is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really not the heat in the attic that's the big culprit. It's the radiant heat wave that comes down, because that heats up the ceilings in your home, the insulation, and then your house gets hot inside, and your air conditioning has to keep coming on to overcome the heat gain. If you put the radiant barrier up in the roof, under the roof deck, at the bottom of the rafters, leaving an air gap, it takes that energy wave that comes off the sun and the heat wave that comes off the roof, turns it back around, reflects it out the roof. the attic is like 30 to 40 degrees cooler. And literally, I put this in people's homes, and we do the garage area too, because we have to do the whole roof.
Mhm.
Their garage will drop 10 to 15 degrees without any air conditioning or insulation.
Well, let me tell people about that. That's interesting. If a lot of you may not know this, you probably don't realize it, but your ceiling, you have the insulation up there, it is typically not over a garage. And your garage is as hot as it is, not only because it's not air conditioning, there's no insulation above it. And the radiant barrier that Scott from Cut My Kilowatts installs in your attic goes over the roof above the garage as well.
And the house, yes.
Yeah, and it's absolutely amazing. And Scott has been with us for over a decade, each and every summer here on the Steve Kane Show, saving people money. And Steve actually has this radiant barrier in his attic, and it's really amazing what it does. And you will see the price drop on your electric bill. The number one cause of your electric bill each month is the air conditioning. And what Scott was explaining to you was so true. You know, your air conditioning is not supposed to run all day, even the hottest days of the year. And typically a lot of people that don't have radiant barrier, you probably have one room in your house that's the hot room. Like one room on the far side of your house is hotter than any other room in your home. You can help with that too, right?
Yeah, what that's caused a lot of times by is the fact that that room has a southern or a western exposure and the sun's beating down on it. The radiant barrier basically equalizes that. But also, we do air conditioning and air conditioning ducts, and a lot of homes in South Florida are set up with a duct system that basically starts out with a big duct, and then it goes to a smaller duct, and keeps going to a smaller duct, and they just branch out. By the time your air gets to the other end of the house, there is no air left. It's all gone. That room never gets any air. So if we have to come out and change your duct system, we re-engineer it, and we pull the air all the way to the middle, and then we split it and send it both ways, so you get equal airflow to all the rooms in your house.
Yeah.
Which is a game changer. And also, a lot of people will have a tile roof and they'll say, well, let's go to a shingle roof because it's cheaper. Well, it is, but the shingle roof's much hotter. So now their house wasn't properly sized for the air conditioning. So basically, when we put the radiant barrier in, it's like putting a white reflective tile roof on your house without having to look at a white reflective tile roof. It's done inside. It reflects the heat out. It works the same way. Walmart, one of the most largest corporations in the world, painted all the roofs on their buildings white, and they cut their electric bill 25% across the board across the country, just by painting the roofs reflective white. You know, we also do some white roof reflective white painting over flat roof areas if you need that.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times you might think you need a new air conditioning unit. You might not. Call Scott at Cut My Kilowatts. I'm going to give you the number. Now, this number rings directly to Scott's cell phone, okay? So when you call this number, you're not going to go through a switchboard or anything else. It's going to go right to Scott's cell phone. Scott, you do free inspections for Steve Kane listeners?
I do free estimates over the phone because if they don't like the price, there's no reason for me to come out.
Well, the price is not going to be a problem, I promise you. And you're going to make all that money back in the savings on your electric bill. Let me give you Scott's number: 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500, and it will pay for itself quite soon on the electric bill savings. Before you call the air conditioning company and talk to them about a new AC, call Scott at Cut My Kilowatts. The problem may not be the AC, it may be you just need radiant barrier.
Or insulation, we do both.
Yeah.
And the other thing is we also clean out attics if you've had like rodent or rat infestations, and I have one of the best rat guys in South Florida, so I can get you the rat guy, handle the whole job from start to finish. We do a lot of houses where we take out all the insulation if they had rats, put in a whole new duct system, and then put up the radiant barrier and everything, like a complete attic package. And of course, if you're doing a large amount of work with me, I give you a break on everything. The other thing is, when I talk to you on the phone, if you give me like 10 minutes of your time, I'm gonna analyze your house. I'm gonna pull it up online. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna ask you questions, kind of like when you go to the doctor's office. And I would do the same thing if I came to your home. But with the price of fuel and the way the traffic is and travel around here, I do it over the phone with people, and I get them a number or a price, and I disclose how we charge for everything per square foot, per duct. So if there's any changes when we get to your house, it's just because there's less square footage or there's more. And I mean, sometimes there's areas we can't access, so of course I'm going to charge you for work we can't do. And sometimes people miscount their ducts when they're talking to me, and it's really simple. When I ask you to count your ducts, all you do is have to count the vents in your house, and then I can give you a price on your duct system. I make everything really simple, stupid.
And, you know, right now it's not the hottest time of the summer quite yet. We're still in April, and this is the time where you can actually get the work done at the best price. Tell them about that, Scott.
Yeah, right now we have, if you need 2,000, if your house is 2,000 square feet or more, we give you an additional $500 off a radiant barrier, okay, which gets it installed at about $1 a foot, which is a heck of a deal. This we call radiant barrier the poor man's spray foam. You know, typically a house in radiant barrier, you know, might be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 depending on the size of the house, but in spray foam it would be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. It's way more expensive. And spray foam has issues that cause on your roof and stuff. Radiant barrier doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, because we're not in the hottest time of the summer yet, Scott and his crew can get the job done faster because they can work in the attic longer. When we get into June, July, August, they're up there a couple minutes. They got to come out for survival. So the job gets done faster. That cuts Scott's price back on the labor quite a bit, and that saves you money when you call now too.
Absolutely, and materials are going up quickly, and it's getting hard to get them. So like ductwork, if you wait till the middle of the summer and you need a duct system, you may have to wait 4 weeks for us to get ducts in. Right now we have the stuff in stock, but we're having a hard time keeping our stock up. So if you know you need it, I mean, if you've had any leaking, condensation, sweating, or dirt's coming out your AC ducts, you know you need a duct system. If you've been in your house forever and it's got the original duct system, I mean, duct systems typically have a lifespan of 25 to 30 years. And the other thing I want to tell you is duct cleaning, in my opinion, is pretty much a dog and pony show. So don't waste a lot of money on getting your ducts clean. If they're dirty, you need new ducts. And a lot of those duct cleaning companies will charge you a third or half the price of a new duct system just to clean them. And basically it's a lick and a promise. So you're much better off putting that money towards a new
and some of these guys cleaning, they got an aerosol can about the size of a Lysol can. They spray in there and they tell you they cleaned it by sticking all the dirt to the side of the ductwork. It's a scam, people.
Yeah, basically they just wash the vents off
Yeah.
and call it a day.
Yeah, it's a scam,
Hook
people.
a big machine up to act like they're doing something. It's a dog and pony show.
Well, listen, give Scott at Cut My Kilowatts a call. Again, this number rings directly to his cell phone. Scott is with us every summer. He has been for a decade or more. And that means a lot of people in the Steve Kane listening audience have called him. They've used his services, and they've been saving money every year, all those years, on their electric bill. And I'll tell you another thing, too. It's a great selling point for your home.
There's also a 10% income tax credit on the work that you do for the house. It's
Great.
not a lot, but it's something.
Hey.
The other thing is, if we ever lose power, or we have a big shutdown and everything goes to hell and people run out of gas for their generators, if you have radiant barrier in your house, you're going to be able to stay in your home and survive, because it's going to be, it's going to be 85, 90 degrees in your house versus 100, 110.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're talking a huge difference. When I put radiant barrier in people's garages, the kids go out there and play. Like, they'll gather from the neighborhood because it's so much cooler and comfortable in their garage.
Yeah.
It's like being under the shade of a big tree.
You're increasing the livable square footage of your home. And I'll tell you, this is not just for people with single-story homes. This is also for people that have two-story homes. Tell them about that, Scott.
Yeah, two-story homes have a special problem. The second floor is always hotter than the first because the air conditioning falls from the second floor down to the first. Plus, the second floor takes all the heat gain. So when we put the radiant barrier up there, we cut the heat gain off on that second floor, and now it becomes comfortable and cool just like the first floor. Plus, the other thing is the insulation. A lot of people will say, well, I got 2 air conditioners, so during the day I turn my upstairs off. Well, what happens is they go turn it on, and the insulation's hot, everything's hot up there. It takes forever to cool and a crazy amount of energy. And most of these 2 stories, I find, they can't even hold a good temperature during the day upstairs, so they don't go upstairs.
I know people, the upstairs of their home is just, they basically live on the first floor because the second floor is just too hot, especially during the summer. Well, listen, this is Scott's number again. It rings directly to his cell phone. It's already been ringing since we've been on the air, and that's true. I've heard the buzzing in the back, the vibrations. 954-939-1500. 954-939-1500. One more time, 954-939-1500. That's Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give him a call. He will save you boatloads of money on your electric bill. All right, Scott. Well, thanks and for stopping by, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Brian, and God bless America, and everybody pray for our country, please.
That's right. And when we get back, I think Steve will be joining us right after this. I can't play you the spots until after I'm off at 9. I can't play them off the air here. I'm sorry. I thought I had them on the other machine, but I do not. So I can email them to you today. I can't. They're on this computer. It's not hooked up to the internet. I cannot email them to you. I can text them to you after the show later. But the only thing that would be is there's the one where you had the one lady call in that used it. It's praising you, the contractor. That's a great spot. There's one of you that you recorded on your phone for me. It's a 15-second spot. I can play them on the air. I don't know. The prices might be different.
There's no prices in there.
Well, you might give a special. Oh, it's the same? Okay, then they'll be fine then. I think they're. I mean, you're welcome to record new spots, but I've got one of you and me that's a call-in. That's very good. I've got the one with the lady customer, and then I've got one short one that you did that's 15 seconds long. I'll play that one right now.
I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation and radiant barrier, and up to 35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939-1500.
They all have that same message.
954-939.
But it's up to you. We can record new ones. You just want to keep what we got?
Well, send me the email.
I'll send them to you. All right. Hey, Scott, wait. I need to... Next break. Stay. All right, we are back. Don't leave, Scott. I got to talk to you during the next break, okay? I got good news for you.
Oh, cool.
But I'll keep you in suspense. All right, I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve, you with us? You got to speak up. You're off mic there a little bit, Steve.
How's that?
That's good. That's good. Now, tomorrow we have our big appearance at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at the Festival Marketplace. We have listeners flying in, Steve. Flying in. I know. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Almost 3 years. Oh, that's for sure. Yes. I'm really looking forward to Mike from Fort Lauderdale. That's the one I'm really looking forward to, if he's got the balls to show up.
His voice is very familiar. Where do we know him from?
I'm not going to divulge that publicly right now. I could give you his phone number. I do have his phone number. No, you should definitely come, Mike. You should definitely come. That would be nice. You know, it's not unusual. You know, I was thinking we're gonna have like a little Trump rally at the festival. You know, I got a new Trump hat to give you. I'm going to give you a new Trump hat too when we're there, by the way. All right. Well, there's lots going on, and I'm not sure where you want to start the segment with, or not. I guess there's a lot going on here. I would never do that. Well, I got to tell you, it is amazing that America, our entire culture, is about to be saved by the wealthiest, the richest African American, Elon Musk. And
With me, after watching what I watched yesterday, I think he's going to be able to pull it off.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to pull it off. And I wanted to play a couple clips because he talked yesterday. And this is Elon Musk. He's talking about, this was yesterday, he had a TED Talk yesterday. This is Elon Musk, the wealthiest African American, and he's talking about free speech. And I thought this was fascinating. And this again is yesterday, so it's in relation to why it is he's taking Twitter.
And a good sign as to whether there's free speech is someone you don't like allowed to say something you don't like. And if that is the case, then we have free speech. And it's damn annoying when someone you don't like says something you don't like. That is a sign of a healthy, functioning free speech situation.
Yeah, and see, This is what I was. Steve, you've never even been on Twitter. All right, you don't use Twitter or anything, and you even recognize its significance. Everything in our society is driven by Twitter. News, politics, and not just political news, by the way, even like entertainment news, like what movie people should see or TV show, stock prices, fashion, everything in our society is pushed by Twitter. And the powers that be, the global elite, push their agenda through and get the narrative through Twitter. And that's why they're in a panic. And, I'm not a stock market guru. I don't understand all this stuff. I mean, but I've never seen, I was trying to think, and maybe you can think of one because you've been around longer than me. Can you recall, I can't think of one, of a high-profile, major company hostile takeover attempt even close to this?
I've never seen anything like this. This is wild.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
It ends well as...
There's been high-profile things with companies like the Eastern Airlines thing, when that was... But that's not this. I'm talking... This is... one of the things that Elon Musk has going for him, okay, is that he is well-liked and loved across party lines. I'm not talking about the elite, not the media people and stuff. Yeah, but people randomly in the country, it's like Trump. They love Elon Musk. He breaks through like the political barrier of things. Everyone right and left, not the media elite.
How's that for a Trump Musk?
Oh my good. Well, he's from South Africa. He can't be on the ticket. He's not born in the United States. Yeah. But no, can't be vice president or president. Nope, cannot be vice president. But he could be. Yeah. But the thing about him. This is really phenomenal. What he's done is made them an offer they can't refuse. He's offered to buy the company for about twice what the stock is worth. And I don't understand these things because I don't know about the stock market, like a lot of people pretend. But he's offering to buy Twitter for about twice what it's really worth. Okay, close to it. The board of directors have an obligation to the shareholders at that point. This is kind of out of their hands.
They're trying to find somebody to buy it out from under Musk.
That's not going to happen. He's not just the richest man in the world. He's like almost fully liquid with cash. Elon Musk has all this money available to him in cash. He has so much cash that the banks don't have enough money to give it to him. If he went and did the withdrawal, it would be like the Great Depression, bank crashes. He's got that much money. These other guys they're talking about, like Jeff Bezos and everything, they're rich too, not as rich as him, but they don't have it in cash like he does. He could write them a personal check for Twitter for this $43 billion right now without blinking. And others don't have the ability to do that. And you can tell the panic they're in. Let me play some of this. This is amazing. This is NBC News yesterday. Katie Tour. This is NBC News. They're in a panic about Elon Musk buying Twitter. Listen.
There are real and devastating consequences for using that platform to lie. And we've seen it. We've seen it happen. I wonder...
Yeah, like NBC, they're telling the truth.
When talking about this, it's it's kind of funny. Elon Musk wants to buy it, but there are massive life and globe altering consequences for just letting people run wild on the thing.
See, there's massive consequences for free speech. The only way to protect free speech is to limit the speech. This is NBC News.
Yes, 100%. But that's Facebook is really where the real action is in that. So this is a very small company. It has an outsized influence because media people like it, politicians, world leaders, and Elon Musk. And so one of the issues is if he's not going to do this, and by the way, Twitter and some of its biggest investors, like Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, are saying no. And
okay, so this is what I love. Okay, a guy with bin in his name, right? One of the Saudi. Now the Saudi princes, aren't they the one? Aren't they the ones that this a Saudi prince killed that journalist Khashoggi and chopped him up and put him in a suitcase? So NBC News is telling us that the Saudi princes are going to be the savior of American freedom. How many of the hijackers were from Saudi Arabia? 19? Or 11 of the 19 or something? These are going to be the saviors? Oh my goodness. They got to find some other backers, Steve. I don't think that's working in their favor too much. Now listen, let's Steve, I'm going to put you on hold. We're going to take our break here for the bottom of the hour. When we get back, we'll take some calls. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. It is open phones for the rest of the program. 1-888-465-2631. Let's take that break, and we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Stacy from Deerfield Beach. This is in reference to Champagne Automotive. I went over there.
Because I don't want them to hear.
When I called, it was service. I didn't want to bring it to the dealership because they would charge me through the roof. And basically, when I did call, they said bring it in the next day. He's amazing. He did everything. He didn't overcharge me. He went through my car, and I would recommend anybody to go to him. He's absolutely amazing.
Well, Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca, they do great work.
Okay, I just wanted you to know. I wasn't sure he told you that. He wanted to make sure you know.
Yeah, I got to pay automotive repair from you in this call. I did not know that they
Yeah, usually we do it ahead, but he said he trusts you.
That's what he did last year.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. He wanted to make sure you knew.
And when I heard about Champagne Automotive,
and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Did you give them the info or the card?
No.
Okay.
She still got the same card.
The same one. I'll tell her.
If not, Lori calls me.
I'll tell her to call you.
Yeah, just have her call me on the 15th. But me and Lori get along fine. But we did.
I'll have her handle. You know, I forgot about that.
We did the radio pair in there, and she.
That's right.
Game changer for her.
Yep.
She actually. I think we had an old commercial where she came out and talked about how.
I don't know if I have. I don't.
Probably so old.
Yeah.
She still work out at garage?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And what's your name, caller? My name is Stacy, and thank you very much, Champagne Automotive, and thank you very much, Brian and Steve.
For Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca, 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry.
All right.
Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida.
You search all these on Rumble.
Yeah. This is. I'm talking to Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. He's a MAGA guy. He didn't get into it during his. He's giving me all the Patriot websites to go to. All right, come on. All righty. We are back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. All right, Steve. So the day before our appearance at AJ's tomorrow. No, so you can, if you watch. I know you guys don't. I know this is difficult to do. Do it just for today. Watch a little bit. I know this is a big ask. Watch MSNBC later today and listen to them talk about Elon Musk and Twitter. It is. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just got a big list of something from Scott. This is good stuff. But watch a little bit of MSNBC today if you can, because it'll be very entertaining. They are in a hysterical meltdown over Elon Musk buying Twitter because they are holding America hostage through Twitter. They really are. People, and you can even tell. Well, in that clip that I played from NBC, they say, well, Facebook's really where it's at. No, it is not. And if Facebook's where it's at, and they're trying to say, Twitter, it's just a little company, there's not that many people on it. If it's not that important, why are they freaking out? And That's right. That'll probably, and I think he's consulting with. This is how this happened. Okay, this Elon Musk decided to buy Twitter on a whim. There's a very funny conservative group of comedians called the Babylon Bee. The Babylon Bee, which they're brilliant conservative political comedians, and they post things on Twitter. Like they did a parody, Steve. They make like skits, like Saturday Night Live, but they're funny. They did a skit on the, I know this is hard to believe, on the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping. And they did this skit where all the guys were plotting to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer, and every one of them was a federal agent from a different agency. ATF, FBI, NSA. It was hilarious. So anyway, they got banned from Twitter. And that's what got Elon Musk to do this. He's friends with them. Before he bought the stock, the 9.4% or whatever he bought, he first talked to the Babylon Bee people, his friends at the Babylon Bee, and then he went and bought it. And so that was the final. They just went too far. And Elon Musk said that. Now I know you don't know what all this stuff means because Steve's not into the computers, but he said he's going to make Twitter open source technology. That means that everyone with a computer with the internet connection will be able to see the inner workings of the program, the algorithm of Twitter. And what that means is we would all be able to go there and see what people, what names, what phrases, what politicians, what political leanings and things like this they've silenced and how they did it. It really opens up everything. And you can tell they're in a panic because the mainstream media are going to lose their grip on the narrative. I know. It's exciting. It's very exciting. I know it's exciting. It is. It is. All right, listen, our number, toll-free 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. Did you see Joe Biden's sister on TV yesterday? Yeah. Joe Biden's sister, part of the crime family. She's kind of like Talia Shire in Godfather. You know, you don't see her too much. She's in the background. She knows everyone's a crook, and every once in a while she'll come out and speak. So Joe's sister came out to defend Hunter Biden. So this is Hunter Biden's aunt and Joe Biden's little sister.
I think Hunter, I know that Hunter is a very bright young man. I know that
he's so bright that he rented a car, and when he turned the car back in, he left his crack pipe in the back seat, right? That's how brilliant he is.
I think Hunter, I know that Hunter is a very bright young man. I know that he's a Yale Law School graduate. He was on several the world. Wait, I might get this wrong. The world.
See, I guess incoherence runs in the family. I guess the whole family's in cognitive decline, Steve.
Wait, I might get this wrong. The board for World Hunger or something close. And that he's been and he ran business, was involved in many businesses. So yeah, I mean, Hunter is a Biden. Yeah, what? He can't honorable and good young man.
Okay, now if anyone has not read Laptop from Hell by Miranda Devine, you've got to read it. Get the audiobook because the actor that reads the book on tape is very good. And Steve, when I got Laptop from Hell and I was driving to Orlando and I was on the road about 4 a.m. and it's dark, on the turnpike heading to Orlando, and they're going through the life of Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. It was so frightening. I had to pull off the side of the road. It was like a Stephen King novel. Hunter Biden, a brilliant man. Yesterday, Jack Posobiec offered to give a copy of Hunter Biden's hard drive from his computer to Elon Musk if he'd like, and which is, I wish he would do that. Yeah, everybody has it. Giuliani's got it. Yeah, it's in the public domain now. It's in the public domain. I don't want it, but Elon, But anyway, Hunter puts everything in writing. I put nothing in writing. If anyone in this listening audience ever emails me or you get a text message from me, it's like 2 words. I put nothing in writing because anything you put in writing can be put into, I just don't trust. I don't put anything in writing. Hunter Biden is just the opposite of that. He puts everything in writing and documents everything on text message and emails, including paying over $20,000 for a hooker in Beverly Hills with Joe's credit card. And when he did it, can you believe? He put through 5 charges to 1 hooker on Joe's credit card. Can you believe this? This is the brilliant graduate from Yale. Now, who by the way, I'm not into hookers, but do you guys usually pay your hookers with credit cards and have a paper trail when your father's like the Vice President of the United States? Or what do you, don't people pay hookers in cash, Steve? Yeah, okay. All right. Good morning, you're on the air. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Pompano, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm driving. I just rolled up my window. Okay, this is a strange call. I have a fear of something that's just wiping me out. And I think when you hear me, Steve will have the same worry or fear. And it goes like this. I want Trump to win.
Well, what's your fear? If you look, listen, if you look at the polls, have you seen what Joe Biden's polls are? Have you seen what they are? 33%. And you know that's padded. So you got nothing to worry about, friend. All right, listen, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-K1. You know, I think sometimes a lot of Republicans, this is not new with Republicans, okay? Republicans have been like this for a long time, but a lot of Republicans just don't like being winners. And, you know, here we've got this exciting thing with Elon, you know, this Elon Musk thing, Steve, is as exciting as when Trump came down the escalator. You know? It really is.
Hold it off.
He's got, it takes time. You know, it's as exciting as that. We have this we have this massive victory within our sights with Elon Musk and Twitter. We're going to take back the narrative of our country from this poison that is this left-wing Twitter, okay? And I'm hearing from conservatives that are talking like losers. I think a lot of Republicans are not comfortable with being in a winning position. They like to be losers. Yeah. So this is an exciting day. It's an exciting week. And you shouldn't be worried about that. Everything is going well and fine. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You know that President Trump has a rally next Saturday in Ohio. Yeah, and, well, he skipped a week. There's no rally this weekend. You know why?
Why is that?
Because he doesn't want to interfere with our appearance at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop at the Festival Marketplace tomorrow. You know, that's what other reason would it be? He's been doing a rally a week, and he skipped this week, and, you know, hey, you know, he's up there listening to Mar-a-Lago. He doesn't want to upstage us. So we're going to have our own little Trump rally. And listen, tomorrow at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop, this is our first appearance really in 3 years, okay? When I recorded the commercial, I thought it was just over 2. It's been 3 years, and we have no other appearances on the calendar other than our yearly cruise in January. That was our last appearance, and because of COVID, we had to miss last year on the cruise, so it's been a while. And this is also, Steve, our first appearance on a weekend in over a decade. We usually do them during the week. And this one we're doing tomorrow on Saturday by design to give people an opportunity to work during the week, an opportunity to come. If we do it during the week, you know, the only people that can come are retirees and liberals. Everybody, you know, conservatives are working during the week. So it's not just a rare appearance because we haven't done one in a couple years. It's rare to have one on a weekend. And we have nothing else planned, and who knows how long it'll be till if we do another one. So please come. AJ's Natural Wellness Shop in the Festival Marketplace in Pompano. The festival is immediately east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road. And once you're inside, it's easy to find. Head back towards the food court. Look west. AJ's is right in front of the information booth. I'll be wearing my Make America Great Again hat. Look for the red hats and the Trump shirts. That means you're at AJ's, okay? And wear your Trump gear if you got it. And maybe Steve, which one? There's a T-shirt shop across the way from AJ's that have all kinds of great Trump shirts, and I've got a really cool one. I'll be back from Terminator, and it's Trump on the front. I don't know. Well, regardless, I'll be wearing my Trump gear. We'll have our own little Trump rally, and maybe we'll get a "Let's Go Brandon" chant going. Yeah, I think that would be a good little chant to get going, and and this is it's a great opportunity. All right, listen, 1-888-GO-CANE1 is the number. It's a toll-free call. 1-888-465-2631. So let me get back to this. So this is Elon Musk talking about why he's going to buy Twitter.
My strong intuitive sense is that having a public platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is extremely important to the future of civilization.
But you've described yourself.
I don't care about the economics at all.
Okay, that's cool to hear.
Yeah, he doesn't. And you know what he's talking about there is he's not doing it for the money. He's doing it for the principle of the thing. And that's. I know a lot of people don't like to believe that, but I saw this morning. Can you believe there's a federal investigation into Tesla all of a sudden? Started yesterday. Yeah. Just all of a sudden they want to investigate Tesla. I wonder why. Yeah. All right, listen, we're going to take our last break of the day. Come back with William Youngerman and the Gold Report, and much more. Don't go anywhere. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian. We will be back right after this.
Attention seniors and those who care about them.
We got 15 minutes left. If you want me to play the spots for you after the show, you might as well wait now.
For less than $1 a day.
Traffic's going to be hellacious anyways.
Where are you heading when you get out of here?
Pharmacy issues, billing problems.
I know.
Medicare.
Hello?
They'll even help when you're in the hospital. I Will Advocate clients are family, and they go to bat for their family when you need them the most. Let them be your golden guardians. Contact I Will Advocates right now, online at iwilladvocates.com, or call them directly, 954-345-1214. No matter where you're located throughout the state of Florida or nationwide, 954-345-1214. 954-345-1214. There's no greater friend to President Trump and the MAGA movement than the inventor of the My Pillow, Mike Lindell. He's been canceled by everyone. Banks, Home Shopping Network, QVC, Kohl's, Bed Bath & Beyond, the list goes on. Canceled by everyone.
It does. Absolutely.
Lindell with a message for MAGA.
I had 12 TV stations just the other day now say that I
Steve Kane Show. Great. Hold on.
I want you to think about that, where they're coming to cancel out this country and to, they want my voice stopped. That's why everybody's got to speak out. And believe me, they cancel, they will never get to sell my product again. Just like those box stores. When you leave, it's goodbye. Have a nice day. So we're kind of in a unique situation. If you buy all the products, you buy the slippers, buy everything we make, you're not only supporting, getting everything we're doing to save our country, but you're getting a good product in place. So it's not like a normal donation to help me out. I've never asked for help other than to buy my products,
So do what Mike Lindell says. Go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code KANE and save up to 66%. MyPillow.com, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, or call 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
All right, we are back, and it's time for the last gold and precious metals report of the week. William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca is with us. Good morning. How are the metals looking, William Youngerman?
Well, the metals are looking very interesting. For the first time in maybe history of William Youngerman doing the Steve Kane Show, you get to buy or sell today at William Youngerman at yesterday's prices. Because the markets are closed today, but we will be open.
Oh, that's an amazing opportunity.
So those people who always like to do business on yesterday's prices, we can do it for you today. Gold closed yesterday at $1,974.80. $1,974.80. $181.50. That was down $2.50 on the close yesterday. Silver closed at $25.67. That was down 5 cents after hitting basically $26 yesterday. Platinum closed up $6 at $990 with a high of $1,003, and palladium closed at $2,286, which was up $44. Oil, the big mover yesterday, up to $106.54 a barrel after being under $100 most of the week. And the U.S. dollar index over 100 points now. So, in spite of all these things, and inflation, of course, this week showed its face big time, 40-year highs. Today is probably one of the best opportunities you'll have to buy precious metals from us.
You know, I knew it was Good Friday, but we don't really do holidays around here too much, except for Christmas. So are you open today?
Yes, we are.
Okay, all right. Now, you know, yesterday you were talking just briefly that, you don't just sell the metals, you also buy them, you do free appraisals for Steve Kane listeners. What are some of the items, William Youngerman, that you are looking to do appraisals on and purchase from people?
Yeah, we buy all, of course, anything of the precious metals, old currencies, even old foreign currencies that may be laying around. Some of them have value. And we also do many of the different collectibles, from baseball cards, vintage baseball cards, to different collectibles, so pocket watches, jewelry, just about anything that might have some kind of value to it.
Yeah, and, with Mother's Day right around the corner, there's great jewelry at incredible prices at William Youngerman that you'll find for Mother on her day. Give them a call. They are open today, Good Friday. They open at 10 a.m. The number, 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com, and located at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway, on the south side of Palmetto, on the first floor of the Bank of America building. All right, William Youngerman, have a great Easter. We'll talk next week.
Thank you, you too.
All right, take care. Yeah, we forget about these holidays, Steve, because we work. You're off mic. I have my headphones turned down, Steve. You're fine. I had my headphones. I had a Biden moment. I had my headphones turned down. I'm sorry. It happens. Live radio, people. Live radio. Yeah.
I'm trying to, something I've decided I want to start doing a little more collecting. I used to be big into sports cards, the old vintage ones. I still have some of them. And I've been trying to find, there used to be a collectible store on every corner.
Yeah.
In the days, like the USFL making a comeback.
Well, you
was 1985. I'm trying to find some of my old
Well, okay. A lot of people don't know this about you, but Steve is a collector of collections, is what I call him, right? You have a collection of baseball cards. You got a collection of football helmets. You've got a collection of you still have those glass frogs that you were obsessing over?
Bronze.
Yeah, bronze. Okay,
The bronze.
Yeah, I've thought about going to Steve's house and making a YouTube video, but it's such high, some of your stuff's so high end. I don't know if I want to, brag about it. Like, remember Kim Kardashian with the ring? But Steve's a collector of collections, and you have one thing in your possession that I believe is worth boatloads of money that I've been telling you to unload. The USFL is back, right? And you have... Steve has the helmets autographed with the original players from the original USFL back in the 80s, and you may very well have, I believe, the only set of those in existence. And I've told you should contact the USFL. I could see before they fold. They may. I've been telling. When I first heard the USFL was coming back a couple years back, I go, you should have someone contact the USFL corporate people. I could see them buying your helmet set to have in the lobby of the corporate headquarters, because I don't think anybody else has a complete set of original. Do you have? President Trump was one of the owners of the New Jersey Generals. Do you have that one?
I have two Jersey helmet.
Oh my goodness.
Signed by.
Well, a lot of the USFL players went on to be big stars in the NFL. Didn't? I mean, you've got some. Yeah. Even I know Doug Flutie.
Yeah. Well, it was very, and there's great stories going with a lot of those.
But some of Steve's collections are a little bizarre. Like you were into swords. You still have the swords?
Hanging on all over my walls.
Yeah.
Like for us.
Yeah. Why do you want to get into that now? Yeah. Ah. Well, see, yeah, and you know, Steve has, you know, since I'm the executor of Steve's trust, I'm going to be the one day who has to distribute the collection of collections to your heirs and heiresses.
I'm trying to cut.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. You know, that was. Yeah. So you're not looking to sell, you're looking to buy more. You're looking to buy more, not sell? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Go to William Younger.
That's right. You know, that's crazy, Steve. I can't believe you're going to buy more. Steve has more. You have no idea. Do you still have the serial killer art? Yeah. Steve, for those that are kind of new to the show, Steve was for a while into collecting the artwork of people like Danny Rawlings, the Gainesville Killer, and John Wayne Gacy. Yeah, the Gainesville, and you have a self-portrait, and that yeah, I mean that stuff's disgusting. That's really creepy. Yeah. I know. You should get rid of all of it. At least the serial killer stuff. You know, I saw a documentary on John Wayne Gacy. And do you know how he got caught? Oh, this was amazing. I saw this on ID. There was one guy, you know, what John Wayne Gacy would do when he wasn't painting for Steve Kane is he would kidnap and bring young men back to his house, tie them up, and rape them. Well, one guy escaped. There was one guy he brought back to the house. He escaped, and he was so traumatized because he had been kidnapped by John Wayne Gacy and brutally raped by John Wayne Gacy, and he got out of the house, and he escaped. And he forgot where the house was, but he remembered the car. And he went to the police, and this was in the 70s, and you go to the police in the 70s and say, I've been sodomized by some guy. They don't want to hear from you, right? Because it was the 70s. And the police wouldn't do anything about it. And all he remembered was where he got picked up by Gacy and what the car looked like. And it was on the interstate. So he did his own stakeout for over a year. Every time he wasn't working, he went and staked out the spot where Gacy grabbed him and looked for the car. And about a year and a half later, he saw the car, followed him, and called the police, and they went to the police. And that's when they searched the house and found the bodies under the floors. That's crazy. That was not known back. Yeah, when you were friends with Gacy, that stuff wasn't known. They had another narrative about how that. You were friends with a friend of Gacy to get the art. Okay, yeah. So I thought that was amazing. But I saw this documentary, and I mean, I knew he was a bad guy because he was a serial killer. I didn't realize how bad he was. He was the worst. I mean, yeah. So you should get rid of those things. Yeah. Well, listen, we are all out of time, but I just want to take one last opportunity to tell everyone tomorrow is the big day. Come meet Steve Kane and me. Maybe Doug, and Mike from Fort Lauderdale who for some reason has a number in Boca. It's amazing. He said he was in Fort Lauderdale, but his home number is in Boca Raton. I'm starting to think Mike is not from Fort Lauderdale, Steve. I don't know. And if you're wondering, 561-777, and I won't share the rest. But just so you know, Mike. But maybe Mike, who claims to be from Fort Lauderdale but has a home phone in Boca, will show up. But we're going to be at AJ's Natural Wellness Shop tomorrow from 11 a.m. till noon at the Festival Marketplace in Pompano. And again, the festival, formerly known as the Festival Flea Market, you all know where that is, just east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road in Pompano. We will see you there. All right, we are out of time. You want to sign us off, Steve?
Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location.
All right, guys, take care. I'll see you